Welcome, everybody, to Dueling Aces for 2025. It's pretty much the end of the year for us, anyway. Kicking off the show with me tonight, of course, Sam. How you doing, sir? It's been an interesting day today, hasn't it?
I'm not too happy. I'm not going to lie. Last week, I was rudely interrupted at the end of the show. I haven't gotten over it.
Just because my timing is just absolutely detrimental. What can I say?
That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. But you're not going to shut the show down after 15 seconds. So I'm just going to say Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. Happy New Year, you filthy animal.
Well, it's a shame because the writers have proven Bruce Willis wrong. Did you see the Macaulay Culkin one, by the way? Did you see the Macaulay Culkin snippet, TikTok, whatever? Oh my gosh. He's like, oh, you couldn't do that any other time of year? Really? You couldn't do Home Alone any other time of the year? Why not? Hey, you got a link? Get in here. That's Adam showing his love for you.
He wants no part of me. Trust me. We know how this goes. But Adam and I are both on a common ground right now. You know why? Because both our college teams have head coaches.
Right.
It's going to be interesting next year because we play Michigan next year. It's going to be fun.
Well, setting up for the New Year's Eve party tomorrow night. All right.
Clearly, he ain't doing much setting up since he's typing with us.
I've seen that man work at the Moose. He's working. Trust me.
Yeah.
And he's got us on, and he's got us on in the background.
And I've seen Bryce Underwood quarterback the Michigan offense. That doesn't mean he does any good back there.
Wow. Shots fired.
No, in full defense, that's just a joke. I love Bryce Underwood. I just hate it. Take all the off-field. I'm not trying to make off-field Michigan jokes. What I want to say is that Sharon Moore coached him like it was 1955.
Still better than Noodle Arm Alar.
Aller does not have a noodle arm. Aller was just poorly coached. He was. It's poorly coached. Trust me, there's nobody more happier that Penn State's entire offensive staff has been completely robustly kicked out but me.
Oh, I'm sure. Where is my share screen here?
Well, like we say, got a lot of rebuilding to go with the program, but I'm ready. I'm excited for it. So we'll talk about that another day.
So let's start off with our finalists. We have Eli again.
He'll get in. He'll get in this time.
We got Drew Brees.
He better get in.
Yeah. Larry Fitzgerald. I think this is the first time, right? For Larry.
Another guy who better get in.
Frank Gore.
No.
Suggs.
No.
Torrey Holt.
Maybe.
What about Luke Kuechly?
I'm just so. Luke Kuechly was a Hall of Famer the year he retired. I just don't know if they're going to hold the early retirement against him.
Oh, and it continues, interweaving the running of. It should be Starbucks versus Dunkin' War. To hell with these Starbucks. Let's go back up to Willie Anderson. I think he'll get
He could, yeah.
it. I'm unfamiliar with Evans.
Good, very good Pro Bowl guard with the Saints, not a Hall of Fame.
Anthony says Holt won't get in.
I'll tell you who should get in. Vinatieri.
Yeah, I think he will.
All those rings in them early days with New England.
Well, that and it literally is a Hall of Fame kicker.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I mean, he was solid with New England and then got a carryover with Indy. I mean, yeah, I don't see any issue at all. The only other person that I would almost consider him connected with would be Phil Dawson, but Phil never got a championship ring. But sure enough, Phil's got a lot of damn points, people.
And who we got? What's on the bottom row there? Names are a little
Reggie Wayne, Kevin Williams, Jason Witten, Darren Woodson, Marshall Yonda.
Yonda was really Yonda's kind of like Evans, really good guard. Not sure Hall of Fame worthy. This is tough. Reggie Wayne gets so much disrespect because he played with Marvin Harrison. Made Marvin Harrison's life a lot freaking easier too.
Right.
Oh.
Witten won't get in, but he might because he was on the Cowboys. Well,
I hated Jason Witten because he was a Cowboy.
Right. Yes, but he was a good tight end.
He was.
All right, give me the reasons why Frank Gore would not get in.
I don't know if I would say he won't get in eventually. I just don't know if he's going to get in this year.
Because this will be his second year. Yeah, it'll be his second year. Because I believe him and Eli were on it last year.
I got 3 dead shoo-ins, in my opinion, on this list. Drew Brees, Eli, and Larry.
And Adam?
And yes, Vinatieri too, my bad.
I'd almost add Suggs in on this.
I like Suggs. He was a good player. I don't know if he's Hall of Fame worthy yet. Good player, but
he was the bookend to Ray Lewis. I mean, hello.
I mean, yeah, I will say he was probably the third most important defensive player on those teams. Ray Lewis is the middle linebacker that nobody wants to run at. Ed Reed, you're not throwing near him. And the quarterback, if he has any time to throw the football, it's because Terrell Suggs is coming at him. He literally was the third most important piece to those Ravens teams. Oh, not to mention, if your running back if Ray Lewis didn't have a lot of tackles, that's probably because your running back was swallowed up by this giant nose tackle named Haloti Ngata. Anyone remembers that?
Yep.
Love me some Haloti Ngata. Another guy Eagles signed when he was like 38 years old. Gotta love it.
I think Willie Anderson's getting in on as far as a concern. I think Willie Anderson is going to get in.
I would have no issue with it. I can say it.
But yeah, it's kind of like they were good. It's like between Luke, Reggie, Torrey, it's like, yeah, it was good. And Jason, I'll even throw Witten and Woodson in on this. It's like, yeah, it was just good enough, to get you on the ballot and get you nominated on. I mean, it was good enough, but is it like full? I don't know.
I don't know. This is it's tough because a lot of them, they're all good players. Like a lot of them, they're all really good players. But it's like statistically, Drew Brees is one of the best quarterbacks statistically of all time.
I would love to have seen what the percentages were to get these guys to see these top 12.
Larry, in my opinion, is one of the greatest wide receivers of his time. And he gets nowhere near the respect he deserves. Vinatieri is one of the better kickers of all time. The question is, again, we've had this conversation, and I didn't say I agreed with it, but this is how the NFL Hall of Fame is. Eli Manning is a 500 quarterback in his career. Suggs has the longevity, though, and he has some hardware, too, so I don't know about that. Eli, on the other hand, though, 500 quarterback, touchdown interception ratio, not great. Never won an MVP. Statistically, nowhere near Drew Brees. But somehow this guy had two of the greatest freaking runs to Super Bowl titles we've ever freaking seen in our lifetime.
And who did he beat?
And he beat the greatest of all time twice.
Twice.
Not to mention, he went in both of those runs. He went into Lambeau in January, beat Favre, beat Rodgers, when the Packers were the 1 seed both times. Eli is such a fascinating football career to study. It's really fascinating.
I mean, we've got to get a larger class than what the heck we had last year.
How many did we have last year?
Only a couple.
Nah.
Oh, well,
Andy, I don't think that's up for debate.
Hey, listen. All I know is if Eli is coming, I'm definitely going to try to get my butt down to the Hall of Fame ceremony because I've got one of those Super Bowl jerseys in my closet. I have an Eli Manning Super Bowl jersey in my closet.
Oh, I know you have an Eli Manning Super Bowl jersey. I know this for a fact.
Yes, Sam has seen it.
Now also, but now here's the other thing. Right now, I
would definitely be making my way down to Canton to get that sucker autographed.
The other thing also here now, yes, Eli has those two great runs. Drew also has a Super Bowl ring.
Mm-hmm.
And he also went against and beat Eli's big brother. So, but I don't think anyone's debating Drew Brees.
No. Nope.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody is at all.
As we should. Statistically, he's one of the best quarterbacks we've ever seen. Now, that is statistically. That can mean here nor there. Whatever, however you want to point it, that's fine. But yeah.
And everybody said Drew Brees would be a first ballot Hall of Famer. And it's like, yeah, 100%.
All the guys in that era should. Like Brees, we know Brady's going to be. Let me ask you this one. Now, he clearly needs to retire first. Now, Brees, we think is going to go in. Eli, we think will get in now. Brady, when his time is up, he's going to get in. Do you think Aaron Rodgers would get in the first time? Reason I ask this, right? If I'm not mistaken, hasn't Drew Brees won an MVP award? Or am I mistaken that?
He did. Okay. He did the year that they won the Super Bowl.
But now, you know how we make the jokes with Mike Tomlin and John Harbaugh? Same thing with Drew Brees. Won the Super Bowl. He never really did much. I mean, statistically, he was amazing, but he never won the MVP again. Never got back to a Super Bowl. Now, Rodgers did get back to he got to a Super. He's won, right? He has a Super Bowl, right?
Checking.
Yeah, 2010, he beat the Steelers.
Yeah. And he was a Super Bowl MVP.
And he's also, I believe he has multiple MVPs, doesn't he?
Four-time MVP, 2011, right. 14, 2020, 2021.
Oh, yeah, he's
10 Pro Bowls.
Is he not part of the 500 touchdown club?
Say that again?
Isn't he part of the 500 passing touchdowns club? I just checked.
Yes.
He's
yes. Yep, 526 and 65,000 passing yards.
Oh, he's in. He's in. Also, he should be a first ballot Hall of Famer because he can also write on his head bust, survived the New York Jets at age whatever.
Well, so did Brett Favre.
Oh, yeah, you should put on your head. I survived the New York Jets franchise because they want to kill everybody. Yeah. I retract that. Rodgers is first ballot without a freaking doubt.
So let's see. Justin Fields' next stop is Minnesota.
Sir, they would like a quarterback that can throw the football.
I'm sorry, they're desperate for anything at this point.
I'm telling you now, I think it's a very realistic chance that it will be the next quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings will be Mac Jones. I'm telling you now. Kyle Shanahan's getting these backup quarterbacks paid. He got Sam Darnold paid. Because remember, the year before he went to Kevin O'Connell, he sat behind on the bench with Shanahan for a year. Shanahan's getting these backups paid. Mac Jones to Minnesota is not that outlandish. Come back to me in March and we'll have a conversation.
I've got one better. Mac Jones to Indianapolis. Oh. Much better set of toys in Indy than he would in Minnesota.
I have another option for them because I know how much Shane Steichen values mobility in his quarterback. There is where I expect someone like Malik Willis to end up. He's looked solid with Green Bay when he's come in. He played well against the Ravens the other night. It wasn't his fault that the defense allowed 41 points and 58,000 yards to Derrick Henry, who turned back the clock an entire 5 years ago. If Steichen survives, which I mean, some people are saying, will Steichen keep his job? I don't know how it's Shane Steichen's fault that Daniel Jones tore his Achilles and they decided to call the retirement home and get Phillip Rivers in. I don't know how that's his fault. But he values mobility in his quarterbacks. Mac Jones is not the most mobile quarterback. A guy, and Malik Willis has the arm and the mobility that I think Steichen likes. That seems like a little bit more of a realistic fit. But again, we won't know any. We'll know more. We won't know any of this till March. March is going to be an interesting time around here.
I was going to say, I was thinking Mac Jones at Indy because the system looks very similar.
You know, oh no, it makes a lot of sense too. I just feel like Mac Jones going to the Vikings, I think that system for him fits him better.
Well, then I was just going to say,
Anthony, they paid him. He has to be.
Yeah, they're kind of stuck.
Love's not the problem with the Packers. The Packers' problem right now is their entire team's hurt. Micah, done for the year. Devontae Wyatt, done for the year. Tucker Kraft, done for the year. Josh Jacobs, banged up. Matthew Golden looks terrible. Jalen Reed missed most of the first half of the season.
I think Anthony's asking full-on future, like pulling a whole term, like Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, to now Jordan Love.
I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't be. He has stepped up when they've needed him to. He's played well in his time so far in Green Bay. Jordan Love is far from the issue right now in Green Bay. Green Bay doesn't have enough freaking healthy bodies to throw at these teams. I think Jordan Love's fine. I think Jordan Love's played well this year, given the circumstances.
Yeah, see, I've kind of been seeing a little bit from Anthony's point of view, and I don't know.
Now, okay, hold on. Are we asking, is he going to continue the 3 to 4 decade run of only having 3 quarterbacks with Rodgers and Favre? I don't know about that, but he hasn't shown anything to why he couldn't. I mean, yes, he hasn't. He hasn't won a Super Bowl like either of those two, but I mean, the kid's only been a starter for what, 2-3 years?
And of course, he still hasn't beaten the 49ers.
Well, he can't beat the Eagles either.
You know, I like being the kryptonite to. Sorry, Annie, but I love the fact that the 49ers are the Green Bay kryptonite.
That's like us with the Rams.
Speaking of the Rams, outside of that blocked field goal for a touchdown return, did the Rams look like garbage last night? It was ugly. Sam, that was some serious ugliness last night. That was uglier than a Granny Smith apple granny.
Me and Tyler said this about the Rams dating back to the offseason. That front seven can get to the quarterback at will, but for some reason, they are so awful at stopping the run. Their run defense is atrocious.
Heads with the best shot before Bruiser gets in here. Fire away, Anthony.
Well, no, if anything that last night showed, it's that the NFC is completely wide open. Nobody is a favorite.
Seattle's not hiding it. Seattle's not hiding anything, dude. 13-3.
You still have to. I don't care that he's.
And they have beaten strong teams. It's
okay,
not like
well,
it's all the
guess what? The starting quarterback for the Seahawks had 13 wins last year and then shit his pants the last 2 times he played. That's the thing. That's the thing we have to ask still. Let me rephrase this. Every NFC team there's no weakness. I don't care what people say about weaknesses. There's a question mark with every single team. Let's go with that instead. There is a question. Sam Darnold in the playoffs is the question for Seattle. I expect that defense is ridiculous. They are physical. They want to beat you up. I'm cool with that. They're going to play. Defenses travel. Defenses matter in the playoffs. They're not my problem. Jackson Smith and Jig was not a problem. The issue with the Seahawks is, can they run the ball enough? Like, what Sam Darnold do I get? Do I get Sam Darnold that I've been seeing the last 2 years in the regular season, or do I see the guy in the playoffs that I saw last year? Because even lately, in the last few weeks, he has been turning the ball over a little bit. That's the only question I have with the Seahawks. They're a good team, but what Sam Darnold do I see come playoff time? All right, let me see. What's Anthony's question here? When voting for the MVP, so people say Matt Stafford drop, but do you judge a player by who they play? Like, are they? I base my voting off of how much do they mean to their team.
Yeah, which we know is a sham and a half, because Lamar Jackson has been fake voted several times, and he was far from being the MVP. I mean, far from it. It's like, I'm sorry, but that popularity contest, yeah.
You just hit the nail on the head. That's all these awards are now. They're popularity contests.
Yeah. The meaning of MVP is most valuable player. It is the most valuable player to your team. And it's like, sorry, but Lamar Jackson is not the MVP for the whole NFL. I don't think so. That could be interesting.
Let me describe what the MVP award is now. It goes to the best quarterback that everybody talks about. That's what the MVP award is turned into.
Yeah, the running backs and wide receivers don't even get a sniff anymore.
Well, sorry. To be fair, you could call me. And now I know the name of my show on Monday is unbiased, but I'm sorry. You're telling me that Saquon Barkley wasn't the most valuable player in the NFL last year?
Oh, yeah, I agree.
The son of a bitch went off for 2,000 yards, and he literally was the biggest reason a team won a Super Bowl. You're telling me that's not MVP worthy? That I give up.
Oh no, I'm just saying that it's usually a quarterback freaking competition award.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry, we didn't say it was MVQ. MVQ, you want to pick a quarterback for best quarterback, but not most valuable player, overall player. Hell, I could figure out that, back with Alex, when he was playing with the Browns and then played with the Falcons and went on that Super Bowl, it's like, yeah, I'm sorry, but him as a center was a most valuable player for the Atlanta Falcons that year. And guess what? And it's true, because he was a very, very much coveted player when he was with the Browns. And then when Shanahan went over to Atlanta and he went over to Atlanta, wow, how ironic that worked out that way. It's like, And then all of a sudden he had even a better season and they went to the Super Bowl. Should have won the damn thing. All they had to do is run the damn ball on a third and one.
Did you see the graphic they put up last night during the game? Because they blew a 21-point lead. It was the first time the Falcons blew a 21-point lead since that Super Bowl. I said, oh, God, here we go again.
Yep. That's Moida. Yeah, that's brutal. That's brutal. What's up, Clint? How you doing, sir?
What's going on, brother?
So if we're sitting here and playing the reality game of, all right, who is MVP, a true most valuable player, who are we looking at AFC and who are we looking at NFC? Let's start off with the NFC side. Who are you literally, as a primary player, who are you looking at that is the absolute person they have to have? Hang on, Clint. We'll get to the AFC in a second. Let's start with the NFC.
We're doing both conferences?
Yeah.
Oh, this is simple. For the NFC, it's Christian McCaffrey.
Okay.
Are the 49ers at all the offense they are without Christian McCaffrey?
Nope.
Even with a healthy George Kittle, I don't think they are.
And even with a healthy Isaac as well, I don't think so.
Yeah.
And even though they also did get Brian Robinson too. Yeah, no, I don't think so.
He ain't Christian McCaffrey. Come on now.
No.
Which, by the way, hold on. Sunday Night Football always throws out at the bottom of it, when they do the player introductions, they do the PFF ranking.
Yeah.
I want to apologize first because I try to keep it very clean. In what motherfucking world?
Well played, Anthony. Well played. Well played, sir. Well played. Now, that is good. That Anthony, I got to use that one, buddy. That's well done. Well done, sir. Well done.
Excuse me. In what motherfucking world is Christian McCaffrey the 18th best running back in football this year? According to PFF. What freaking world do I live in that he is the 18th best running back in the league?
And what's PFF stand for?
Pro Football Focus.
Mm-hmm.
What it really should stand for is Pro Football Fucking Morons.
You got it.
But no, NFC, it's Christian. NFC, it's Christian McCaffrey. It's not even a debate.
JSN, I could definitely say this year he would definitely be in that running.
I would put him into
that dude has been getting double cover. I watched double coverage, triple coverage. I have to say, even I got to go back to that play last year, and I know it's made every TikTok highlight reel thing, whatever. When Gino makes a break out of the pocket and he sees it and he starts running down the field going, I got it. And he drags the safety and the corner with him. And Gino got like a 40-yard gain out of that. I was just mind blown going, JSN, that is next level thinking. That was just impressive. It's still one of the most impressive plays. Very, very
without a doubt.
Very well done. And I mean, he's on another quarterback this year, and all of a sudden just clicked. What was Justin Jefferson's numbers with Sam Darnold last year?
A lot better than they are this year.
Was he tinkering with 1,300 yards?
I'm going to look that up real quick.
Yeah, I want to know. It's like something tells me JSN's got a little bit more than Justin did last year already.
One moment, please.
Yeah, no, our stats guy won't be in for a little while yet. Or a lot while.
Yeah, it's about 3. We're about 3 hours early for him.
Out.
All right. 2024 last year, Justin Jefferson had 1,533 yards.
Okay, so yeah. So Justin did. Okay.
Well, listen to this shit real quick. First year in the league, he had 1,400. The next year, he had 1,600. The next year, he had 1,800. Then the next year, he had 1,074. Last year, 1,533. This year, he's only got 947 and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Somebody get JJ McCarthy off that damn team. He's killing a future Hall of Famer right there.
Yeah.
But all right, now let's drop this down to the AFC now.
JSN is up to 1,709 yards currently. Wow. Okay.
He's the best wide receiver in the NFL in 2025. Just call it what you will.
Well, they're figuring he's going to get about another 100 against the 49ers. Which I'm not going to argue it. I'm not going to argue it at all. Not one bit. It's like you're going to come up around 1,800 yards. Like, dude, that's impressive, man. That is seriously impressive. Clint says he's changing his vote to Matthew Stafford. Get out of here. I don't know who on the Panthers is MVP.
Oh, that's easy. That's Rico Dowdle.
If you say a wide receiver, the QB is MVP because without him, JSN won't be doing that.
JSN had 1,100 yards last year with Geno Smith. That's still pretty damn good. But then you could also make the conversation. Darnold wouldn't be doing this if he didn't have JSN. It goes hand in hand. Like Joe Burrow isn't as good as he is without Jamar Chase, but Jamar Chase ain't as good as he is without Joe Burrow. It's the same shit. It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, but I think the coverage is a little bit, more. I would almost give the coverages a little bit more than versus a blitz, because the coverages are always 2 and 3. I mean, because he's literally a single wide receiver. I mean, I haven't heard Bobo's name called that much.
Rashid Shaheed hasn't had that great of an impact on their offense.
Well, I was going to say he's been coming on as of late, and also as a special teamer too. I mean, what an acquisition! What an acquisition! I'm sure the Saints are like, damn, we were desperate. Yeah, I was going to say, Clint, you scared me there for a minute. He said he would never in his life say Sam Darnold and MVP in the same sentence. Well,
you just type it.
He just typed it. Yep, you beat me to it.
Clint.
Oh, that's funny. All right, let's go over to the AFC. Yeah.
Now, honestly, this year, oh my God, this is.
Yeah, this is ugly.
Oh God, this is. This year, I am between two guys, and this is actually two quarterbacks. I have this between Josh Allen and Justin Herbert. The reasoning is the Bills have, outside of look, I get they have James Cook, but if their receiving core is god awful, the only way they get any type of offense outside of James Cook is Josh Allen. either running the football or finding a way to somehow get the ball to one of them bums on the outside. On the other hand, with Justin Herbert, this guy has a broken hand.
Yeah.
He has played the entire year without his starting left tackle in Rashawn Slater, who's a damn good one. He has played almost the entire season without Joe Alt, who is going to be one of the best tackles in the league. And he's only played 6 games. Yeah, exactly. The Bills' defense is trash. I don't care. Don't let Sunday fool you. Trust me, they are not a good defense.
Yeah.
But Herbert's playing with. Herbert is literally playing. The Chargers are on their 3rd string left tackle. Which, by the way, watching Bobby Hart go a one-on-one with Danielle Hunter, oh my God. Oh my God. But, Herbert has no run game because they can't run the ball because they have no offensive line. And their receiving core is solid. Ladd McConkey's really good. Keenan Allen's had a solid year since returning back to the Chargers. Quentin Johnston's put it together, but Herbert hangs in there every play, gets banged up, has a broken hand, and has still led the Chargers to 11 freaking wins. So, AFC, I'm at either Josh Allen or Justin Herbert. I may lean Josh Allen because at least Justin Herbert has Jesse Minter in his defense to help them out. Also, I think Josh Allen would pay a lot to have Ladd McConkey, Keenan Allen, and Quentin Johnston on his team. I mean, the only valuable pass-catching option the Bills have is Dalton Kincaid, and he's been hurt most of the year. His hamstrings are made out of paper mache.
Ew.
So, yeah, I would have to say AFC, I'll go Josh Allen. NFC, I'm going Christian McCaffrey.
Okay. I brought up the playoff statuses here. So it looks like no matter what, Green Bay is going to either Chicago or Philly.
Good luck with that.
Oh, that's horrible. I mean, congratulations, Packers. Talk about a one and done. Talk about a one and done. Oh, that's brutal. Totally brutal.
They're more one and done than Jackson Mahomes hitting on Taylor Swift. Don't tell me he hasn't tried. Why did Patrick Mahomes have to sit up in the press box now? He has to make sure his brother behaves.
We know the Rams are stuck at 6 now with the loss last night. That's it. They're finito. Yeah. They're locked in there. So they too are headed to Chicago or Philly.
Bring it on.
I was just gonna say, which one of these would you rather turn around and play? Would you rather play the Rams or would you rather play the Packers?
Well, no shit. I would love to play the Packers. They're probably gonna, if they score 10 points in the playoffs, they're lucky. But again, when you are the reigning champs, yes, I understand my offense looked like shit the other day. But like I said last night, this is why I talk about strength of schedule. You can't take into consideration you can't just point out how bad we looked in Buffalo, where, by the way, it was freezing rain the whole freaking game. And I think a lot of their goal was not to make sure nobody got seriously hurt in this game. Remember, Jalen Phillips had to leave the game for a little bit and walked gingerly off to the sideline. Jalen Carter is just coming back from a shoulder injury. Devontae Smith got dinged up on that incomplete pass that was to him. Clint, I understand that, but guess what? Justin Herbert also is getting hit almost every freaking play. But
here's the thing that I thought was very interesting is Saturday night we get the ultimate football game of the Seahawks versus the 49ers.
So winner Saturday night.
Winner gets the number 1 seed overall and the bye week. The loser gets the winner of Carolina and Tampa Bay. And then pretty much if they beat them, have to go back and play said number 1 seed again, which means you're going to play that opponent twice within 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Because the 1 plays the winner of 4 versus 5. So you could ultimately have, in either combo you want it, Seahawks, 49ers on Saturday, then one team gets the bye week, the other one gets to, dominate, and then come back to the next week and have to go back and play that team one more time. If the 49ers should win, that will be a domination of Seahawks for the season and would give the Seahawks just another opportunity. If the Seahawks should win, then it's a rubber match game. And in the meantime, the Bears and Eagles will be playing each other. I mean, that's pretty much a given. I'm sorry, but 6, 7. Hey.
Nope, not doing it.
Sam just went, oh, hell no. I didn't even realize I was going to end up going there. But guess what? I did.
Hold on. The only 6. No, because the only 6, 7 is your age, okay? So let's not do this.
That age is only 5'2". Don't even start. So, yes. So, I'm pretty much going to call it out here.
Shit.
I'm going to call it out here. It's Bears and Eagles, and then would be Seahawks and 49ers again. And the winner of that, of course, is the NFC champion. Or, I'm sorry, heads to the NFC championship game. The winners of each of those.
You know what? Don't get me wrong. I love Ben Johnson. I love what he's done. But Caleb Williams, you think you had some rough defenses. You haven't seen a Vic Fangio defense yet. He's got an answer for almost everything that somebody throws at him.
I thought you guys played the Bears once already.
We did.
How'd that go?
That's fine. That is completely fine. Playoffs compared to a regular season game doesn't mean diddly shit.
Okay. I'm just saying, do you think you guys have learned anything from them?
Oh, I think, yeah, because ever since that game, these motherfuckers have turned it up to a whole new level. They have dominated the opponent's offensive lines in the run game against every team since then. Not to mention, Jalen Carter's a lot healthier now than he was against the Bears. That was the last game he played before he went and got his shoulder procedure because they said he couldn't do a push-up before that. He's been having this lingering shoulder issue all year.
Yeah, I think if everything holds true at the moment, the Rams are not looking forward to going to the cold weather. I'll just put it there. Puka Nacua, my man, listen, love you. Got you on a couple fantasy squads. You are awesome. pretty much figured from day one you were going to be pretty damn solid. But, brother, you are not good outdoors in the cold. It's just a fact. And, yeah. Stafford, on the other hand, yeah, he's used to it. Everybody else, not so much.
Hold on. They went out and signed somebody this past season. Devontae's played his fair share of cold weather. Now, the only question I got, he ain't gonna. He's
true.
not gonna. He hasn't. Yes, but
he hasn't.
Played in a month almost.
Yeah,
and
I was gonna say he's still out.
Well, yeah, but I will say, the older that body gets, I don't know how much a hamstring injury is going to like that cold weather.
Yeah, and will he be back in time for that game? That's an ultimate question.
I think he will. I think most of the last 2 weeks here are precautionary. I think they said if he desperately needed, he could have tried to play this week. But they're like, we're locked into where we are. What's the point? This is, again, what's the famous saying? It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah,
the Rams.
They've got the Cards this week, and they're not going to turn around and risk.
I honestly believe the Rams can go anywhere in the NFC and win. They can go on the road, Philly, and win. They almost did it last year in the snow. They almost did it this year. Now, granted, this year in September, but still, I believe with Matthew Stafford and that Rams pass rush, I think they can go anywhere and win. Honestly, a chance of the Rams could beat the Eagles in Philly. Because, like Clint is saying, there is no clear-cut favorite this year. Any of these teams could beat anybody. It don't matter. The only teams that probably have no chance of winning a playoff game in the NFC are the Packers because they're so damn injured, and whoever the NFC South champion is because they both stink. So between the Niners, Seahawks, Eagles, Rams, and Bears, good luck. Good freaking luck.
It's like, pulling a name out of a hat. Let's switch gears up to that AFC group.
All right, so we have the Chiefs at the one. Oh, wait, never mind. I'm sorry.
Wow, really?
What?
Wow, way to rub that in.
Listen.
That. Hey, listen, I'm the guy that said when they were 4 games out of that disaster, I was the guy that said they weren't going to make it. And certain people went, oh, yes, they will. Oh, yes, they will. And I went, mm-mm. They're like, Mahomes is playing the best football of his life. Sure, that's one guy. It's one guy. You okay? You got one guy playing out of his mind. What's everybody else doing?
Even Josh Allen has James Cook doing something.
Yeah. That's not too bad. That's not a bad idea, Clint. That's not a bad idea at all.
By the way, to all NFL fans, when it comes to the Chiefs, you're welcome. We did this. We broke them.
Yes, we did.
And
are we sorry? No.
Fuck. By the way, do you want to hear a crazy stat, by the way?
Shoot.
Now, the Super Bowl that the Chiefs beat the Eagles. That's the one. Since that game. Now, Patrick Mahomes beat Jalen Hurts that day. Since that game, combined against Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Matthew Stafford, and Lamar Jackson, and Joe Burrow. I said Lamar twice. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles are 11-0 against those quarterbacks since the loss to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. That's a wild stat.
Very interesting.
Well, I say it on Unbiased every Monday. My quarterback wins a lot. Yours doesn't. Bite me.
So we've got the Broncos and the Patriots still jockeying for position. I want to flip this over to, come on, give me the schedule, damn it. Give me the schedule.
No clear-cut favorites. This is freaking wild.
18, genius, come on. We are so done. We are so done with 17. So, of course, they put the NFC on Saturday. So, basically, the NFC, they're going to know who they're playing.
Yeah.
They're going to know outright. So, between the loser of San Francisco and Seattle, they are going to know where they are headed. They are either headed to Carolina or they're headed to Tampa Bay. So they're headed one way or the other. They're on a road trip. The other one gets to kick their feet up and kick back and relax and wait for a possible return in 2 weeks. They lined up the prison inmate games almost pretty quickly at 1 o'clock.
Prison inmates.
Well, because nobody's going to give a rat's rear.
I don't think a rat would give its own rear.
I wanted to split this. That's right. Sorry, I'm trying to do wanted to try to do a split screen here. Let me flare that, and then I will flare this one this way. And of course, can't do 2 at one time. But
nope, no.
Yeah, but the so I can't do it that way, but I can flip. Nope, go back. Thank you. Okay. So Saturdays, we already know that that's what Saturdays mean. On Sunday, don't care.
Cincinnati, Cleveland could be interesting.
Yeah, but nobody cares.
I like how dismissive you are.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, yes, we do. There's a record still to be broken.
Yeah, the sack record.
Speak for your damn self there.
Well, I don't think it might be Joe Burrow at quarterback.
Doesn't matter. It
don't matter. Their O-line still sucks.
True.
You could line the 3 of us up against the Bengals O-line, and we could probably get a few sacks.
Easy. I don't know that they'd let motorized wheelchairs on the field for George to try to get a sack.
Dude, you want to get bounced out early tonight, don't you? Houston and Jacksonville
every week
both must win to hold their current spots at 3 and 5.
Doesn't Green Bay get in with a win?
Green Bay's already in.
Yeah, Green Bay's already in. They can't.
Green Bay's already in and is locked in at 7. They can't go anywhere. They are the DOA. They are locked in at 9-6-1. Everybody else has DOA. 11. Everybody else has 11 wins above them.
Hey, the Giants won the Super Bowl at 9-7 twice.
It's not wrong.
And they beat the undefeated Patriots one of those years. Don't tell me that you're DOA at 9-6-1.
It's funny. We were just talking
I called the Chiefs DOA after week 9. I'm calling the Packers DOA at 9-6-1.
That's a highly dismissive and absolutely.
Yes, and it's my opinion. So, yep.
When did this become the George Dictatorship Show?
No, I just said that's my opinion. You can voice your opinion.
I tried to voice my opinion last week. He shut the show off on me.
That was just timing.
Yeah, my ass it was.
I don't think
Jets
you can rule out anybody at 9-6-1 or 9-7-1 because of what the Giants did twice.
Yeah, and the other thing we forget to mention, not only does they beat Brady twice, they went into Lambeau both of those runs when they were the 1 seed. Beat Favre and Rodgers.
And Jordan Love is still counting the birdies and is not playing.
Well, we don't know if he's not playing yet, do we? I mean, if they're locked in, I wouldn't imagine he is.
So far, nothing yet saying that he was cleared at all.
Yeah, I haven't even looked at Green Bay's injury report yet this week.
And remember, Dustin was saying it was a grade 3, so that is once you go 4, that's it. It's you're out. So
you go 4,
close.
Not only did those Giants teams go into Lambeau and win, but one of them went into Seattle when Seattle was getting hot and won.
Yeah, but Green Bay doesn't have all their weapons. That's their problem.
I'm not okay. You don't have to have all your weapons. Listen, the 1 year Eli Manning won the Super Bowl with Swiss cheese for an offensive line and a defense that would rather play Ole.
I was about to say, isn't the Swiss cheese O-line the story of Eli's last 10 years?
Pretty much.
Couldn't. That was.
I've seen bullfighters block more than the O-line did for the Giants.
So for the 1 o'clock slates outside of the record, Jacksonville and Houston both must win or they flip-flop. Because I believe Houston owns the tiebreaker, right? Or no, Jacksonville does. After Jacksonville just won last week.
That stuff's interesting.
So Jackson, let me see.
I know Houston beat Jacksonville when they were in Houston because that was the big fourth quarter comeback. Right. I don't know who won the game in Jacksonville.
By the way, I hope that during the meetings after the Super Bowl, when they start going over rules for the next season, we make a rule that a game can't end on a penalty, period.
Right. Offensively or defensively.
Period. Because what the fuck was last night? How is that not a catch?
Don't ask.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I would like the referees and Roger Goodell to go out on the 50-yard line at the Super Bowl and demonstrate to everybody what is a catch.
Yep.
He caught that one-handed, maintained possession, got both feet down in bounds with 4 seconds left on the clock. And that's not a catch.
It's BS.
I have said that in certain instances, I really think that the NFL is in Vegas's pocket. And this year, more than anything, has really proven that for me.
And why would that be?
Well, look at last night's game. You look at it. Just there's so many calls that you're like, how and why.
Fair point. No screaming from me here.
That Ravens Pittsburgh game. Oh, somebody's leaving that on a stretcher.
We're still waiting for the clearance on some of the big time players in that game. We don't know if Watt's playing for Pittsburgh. We don't know if Lamar's even playing for Baltimore.
I think you have to.
I know, but God, Watt had a collapsed lung for Christ's sake. But Lamar, I don't know what Harbaugh said about him yesterday during his presser to begin the week.
Turkey Jones broke Bradshaw's neck, and Bradshaw still played.
Jacksonville, if Jacksonville loses and Houston wins, Houston will bump up to be the AFC South division champs.
Okay.
If they both win, the Jags keep it. Yeah, so the Jags would need to lose to Tennessee. They'll be scoreboard watching each other during the 1:00 game.
What happens if Houston wins but Jacksonville ties?
No, it says lose. It says lose.
I understand that, but
he's asking, what if they don't? What if they tie?
Right, I know. If it's a tie or winner, it's a Texans.
It doesn't say, does it?
Hang on. Jesus, somebody wrote a long goddamn article and put a whole bunch of different scenarios in this thing. I just ask a simple question. Jesus.
Oh, the Alamo Bowl's tonight. I'm going to turn that on. Got some good bowl games tomorrow. Three o'clock, I get to watch Michigan fans cry.
It's still Jacksonville. It says even the Jags, Texans lose or tie against the Colts. The Texans defeat the Colts and Jags lose to the Titans. If it's a tie, Jacksonville still owns a tiebreaker of strength of schedule, even at 12-4-1. Interesting. But that's a good question.
Houston would have more wins.
No, they have the same amount of wins. The Jags are 12-4, Texans are 11-5.
Yeah, sure. Thanks. Well, hello, Mom.
The Jags can also secure the AFC's number 1 seed. Oh, hang on. I didn't see that coming. Don't give me that's what she said either. Holy crap. The Jacksonville Jaguars can also secure the AFC's number 1 seed if the Jags win and the Broncos would lose to the Chargers and the Patriots lose to the Dolphins. Well, hello. I didn't smell that. Miami is at New England at 4:25. And the Chargers are at Denver at 4:25. Interesting. Huh. Very interesting.
Got a lot of interesting things going on this weekend.
Yeah, I did not configure that when I was looking at that. That was something I did not have that on my bingo card, as they say. Not even close. Did I have that? That's spooky. Yeah, I did not even have that on my bingo card. Oh, damn it. Wrong thing. Go back to air. There's back to our playoff standings. Yeah, I did not see that, Sam. They are sitting right there at 12-4 behind them. And if they all came out at 13-3, Jacksonville gets the number 1 seed. Wow. Okay. Interesting. So there's a lot of crap getting to be decided on that side of the fence.
Those 1:00 games are a little bit more interesting now, aren't they?
No, the 4:25 games are. I mean, I do not
Jacksonville's
see,
a 1:00 game.
yeah. Well,
They got to win
against Tennessee at home. Okay.
What do you mean? Okay, dumb shit has happened. The Browns just beat the Steelers 13-6.
They haven't won in 4 years. Yep, I know. Steelers have not won in Cleveland in 4 straight years.
And the Browns hadn't beat the Steelers in like 15 at one point. Don't tell me.
I was alive when it was a 17-year drought, both home and away. I was alive back then. You ain't telling me nothing new.
Listen,
but yeah, no, I don't.
The Steelers came into the league in the 1930s. Like I
oh my god, it's the 1970s, smartass. And no, I don't see Jacksonville losing at home to Tennessee. Neither does. Oh my god! Wow, Vegas has got some serious odds on this game. Jacksonville is favored by 12.5 at home. Denver's favored by 12.5. Houston's favored by 10.5. New England's favored by 10.5. There are some large spreads going on. And by the way, Seattle is favored 1.5 in San Francisco. And Tampa Bay is favored by 2.5 for Saturday, the 2 Saturday games. Let's pick one of Bruiser's favorite things to do. Go with the lowest ticket amount and see who's got what. The Rams against the Cardinals. Wow. SoFi tickets, $39. And the Rams favored by 7.5. Over under 46.5. Is that Trey McBride kid any good? Yeah, I think so.
He's pretty good.
How many catches do you think he gets on Sunday? To stretch that record from 119 to what? 125, 130?
2.
I can see some.
I like playing Bruisers game low tickets. The Insanity is the most expensive ticket, of course, in Pittsburgh. $275 is the lowest ticket price going in Pittsburgh for Sunday night. 275. I'm sorry, you couldn't pay me. Oh, never mind. They don't have, they're not the winning cheese either. San Francisco, lowest ticket cost, $361 in Santa Clara.
Interesting.
That's seriously interesting. Oh, we got somebody cheap. Oh, whoa, whoa. Hang on. We got somebody cheaper. MetLife Stadium. Dallas Cowboys at the Giants. Dallas by 3.5. Over under 51.5. And that's our biggest over under. 51.5. The Chicago Detroit game over under is 50.5, and Chicago is favored by 3 in Chicago.
Interesting.
Wow. That's a huge. So they're definitely figuring a very high offensive game. For Chicago and Detroit? What was it last time they played? What was their score last time?
I forget.
Hang on. Let me jump on that.
Let me see.
September 14th, the Lions beat the Bears 52-21. That would have been week 2, right?
What was the date?
September 14th.
Week 1.
No, Labor Day would have been week 1. Let's go back. Labor Day weekend 5. 1, 2. Yeah, it was week 2. 52-21. Week 2 was a long time ago. And that's why I ain't saying squat about Seattle and San Francisco, because they played in week 1, and that was a serious long time ago too. And a lot has happened between those weeks. A lot has happened for all those squads. That is insane. So yeah, this is
There were 72-mile-an-hour winds recorded in Fairport Harbor today, with 8 to 10 foot waves on Lake Erie.
Jeez.
damn. Sorry, somebody was just getting back with me. They said, that's odd. His phone doesn't show that he ever called. And I was like, well, mine showed you did at about 4 minutes to 6. Dougie says Chicago favored by only 3.5. Did Vegas not see last week's game? Oh.
Could see another offensive shootout in that game.
What's up, Dougie? How you doing there, bud? Anthony says that Pittsburgh game, what's the highest ticket price? I don't want to know. I mean, damn. If 275 is your low,
find it out, George. The people want to know.
I'm getting there. And of course, I go to click on that stupid link, and where does it send me? To Green Bay Packers tickets. It sends to Vivid Seats, and it's a link to the Packers page. Oh my God. Even Vivid can't get their crap together right. That's hilarious. All right, let's see what we got. All right. Yeah, there we go. Ooh. We have a correction. The falsification of ESPN and the bullshining that goes on. Just saw there was a ticket as low as $30. Nope. It's as low as $119. Let's see, what are these clubs levels going for? I got 540. I got 378, 388, 547. Oh, we got 619, 626, 495, 626. I got 626 going once. 643. We got a new shooter in the house. Oh, hang on. I got somebody at $1,144. I have $1,144. That is your high for the Steelers tickets.
I think whoever put that on there for that amount is high.
What's up, Mike? Facebook keeps crashing on me. Yeah. Well, your internet is pretty much monitored, my friend. So who knows? Who knows? So yeah, the lowest is 108 and the highest is $1,144 for Pittsburgh. Let's see if we can.
So the second round of the college football playoffs start tomorrow.
It's going to be a very fun couple of days.
I mean, you got Tech. I'm going to turn the Alamo Bowl on here tonight, here in a little bit. That starts at 9.
Who's in that?
TCU and USC.
Oh, interesting.
The highest one for Santa Clara is $3,240 for Saturday night.
But you've got the Citrus Bowl tomorrow with Texas and Michigan.
What time's that start?
3.
Okay, cool.
3, because I'm off work at 2:00 tomorrow.
Nice.
And then I don't go back till Monday.
Yeah, I'm on vacation all week, so
I took Friday off. And then we're closed. I don't work Saturdays anyway, so.
Hey, fuck it, right?
Yeah.
All right, Bruiser, since you weren't here.
I said it earlier in our group chat. I think Willie Anderson, Drew Brees, Fitzgerald, Frank Gore, and Eli Manning are definitely getting in. I don't know how you don't put Terrell Suggs in.
That's what I was saying. He was the bookend of Ray Lewis.
But I will say that I don't know that Luke Kuechly is a Hall of Famer.
I think the early retirement hurts the case.
But when you've had as many concussions as he has,
doesn't make you a Hall of Famer.
Can you hold his current career for Hall of Fame worthiness?
I think you run into a very dangerous, well, what if he hadn't got those concussions game? And that's not fair to anybody else who who finished their career injured. I'm going to say this. I don't know that Torrey Holt is also a Hall of Famer. At least not a first ballot Hall of Famer.
And I can agree with that.
I think your first ballot Hall of Famers are Eli. I don't know if Frank's first ballot this year or not.
Eli and Frank are on their seconds.
I'd put Eli in. I'd put Frank in. I'd put Drew in. I'd put Terrell Suggs in.
What about Adam?
I don't know. Here's the thing. The dude had huge moments, right? And he was a solid kicker. But so was Phil Dawson. And you don't see Phil Dawson's name bandied up.
I brought him up too. Yep. That's what I said.
Phil Dawson was an amazing kicker. Phil Dawson's name has never been brought up for the Hall of Fame. The only reason that Vinatieri's name is brought up is because of what he did in Super Bowls with the Patriots. Other than that, I don't think he's a Hall of Famer. At least not, you know what I mean? Like you have to.
Well, he is the highest scoring kicker in the NFL.
Okay.
He has kicked the most by a very large margin.
How long was his career, though?
I got it.
Look at his career versus any other. Like, I think Martin Gramatica and one of the Anderson brothers might have a comparably long career.
Well, the Andersons are not related. I made that mistake several times. One spells.
I know they're not related. I just like saying it because it pisses people off.
All right.
Because before Adam, the Andersons were the two highest scoring kickers before that.
24 years.
Okay, you better be the highest scoring kicker in NFL history if your career lasted a quarter century.
Well, shit, yeah, but you know what? I'll even make the argument that that's even more impressive because now we're seeing teams go through 3 kickers a year.
Yeah.
We don't get the longevity for some reason with kickers anymore.
Gotta bash them more.
Yeah, Phil Dawson's 15th on the list.
How many years did Dawson kick?
10, 12?
One moment, please.
98 to 2018.
20 years.
So 20 years.
Yeah, 20 years. Spot on.
But he was only on the practice squads of the Raiders and Patriots in 98. He then got signed by Cleveland in 99 as their full-time kicker. So he's got 19 years.
I
of
don't.
actual scoring.
So going through this finalist list, I don't know that Jason Witten is a Hall of Famer off the first ballot.
I agree with
Agree.
that.
I don't know that Darian Woodson is a first ballot.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that he was there. I mean, I understand, he was like you're saying, it's a solid player as a safety. But yeah, I can see that. I was kind of surprised to see him on this list.
I think Kevin Williams, you could make the argument, is a first ballot Hall of Fame.
Really? Because we didn't think so.
He's a big boy, and he played for a very long time as a very big boy in the NFL. That accounts for something. Look at what Joe Thomas did.
Mikey's going with Fitz, Gore, Vinatieri, Wayne, and Holt.
Reggie Wayne is not a first ballot Hall of Famer.
To get more recognition, but I agree.
Vinatieri is not a first ballot Hall of Famer. Breeze, Fitzgerald, Gore, Manning, Suggs. That's the class I would put in. Because I like that I wish the NFL would keep it at 5. Because to me that's more special. If you make that final list of 5, that's more special.
Just for shits and giggles, I went and looked. Friggin' even Suggs played 17 years in the league.
Yeah. Reggie Wayne's been on the ballot for 6 years now.
Keep him there. Good.
And reaching the final stage every single time, but has not yet made the cut.
Then that says something. That means that you have a very, very worthy career. You just don't have what it takes to get to that super elite level.
Well, okay, but then we're at the point now where you're saying Reggie Wayne's that, but Terrell Suggs has the career that says he's a Hall of Famer?
Look at what Terrell Suggs was. That Baltimore defense doesn't exist without Terrell Suggs.
I was going to say, Sam, you said he was the third leg of that defense.
I agree, but Reggie Wayne also made Marvin Harrison's career a lot more freaking easier, too.
So did Edgerrin James. So
that's
did
a good
Dwight
argument. That's a good damn argument.
All right.
Look, here the problem that I have with Hall of Fame voting using that logic of, well, Marvin Harrison made Reggie Wayne's life easier. Reggie Wayne made Marvin Harrison's life easier. You can't play the what if game. What did that individual do that separated themselves from the rest of the field that made them super elite, that made them worthy of being enshrined in bronze forever in that circular room down in Canton? What did you do that made you be there?
Yeah, I actually agree with that thought process. I 100% agree with that. That's where I'm going back to the point. If Reggie hasn't done that, Suggs hasn't done really. I mean,
what do you mean Suggs hasn't done that?
He was a really good player, but was he I'm not putting him in the great elite Hall of Fame category. He's a really good player.
Okay. 8th all-time sack list. 2 Super Bowls. Numerous Pro Bowls.
Wait, where is he on the all-time? Wait, where was he on the all-time sack list?
8th.
8th.
So 130 139 career sacks, 8th all time, 202 tackles for loss, 1st all time. 2003 Defensive Rookie of the Year, 2011 Defensive Player of the Year, 7-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All Pro, 2 Super Bowl championships, member of the 2010s All Decade team. One of the individuals championing his Hall of Fame induction is Bill Belichick, who argued that he should be in the Hall of Fame due to his disruptive impact on the field on defense.
Well, speaking of Belichick, we have the other categories for the HOF. The seniors category finalists, get this: Kenny Anderson, Roger Craig, and Elsie Greenwood, along with Coach Bill Belichick, coach finalist Bill Belichick, and contributor finalist Robert Kraft also are the candidates for the class of 2026.
I think that you put Eli, Robert Kraft, and Bill Belichick all in the same class, and then you have Eli hand Bill and Robert Kraft their rings, because that's the only rings that they could get off of a New York Giant.
Oh man. Oh, that would be very, very coincidental that those three all would be in the same class together. That'd be hilarious. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. That's funny. That's funny.
And then I think we just turned it into the roast of the New England Patriots.
Oh God.
Let's get Jeremy Ross right on up there. Let's go.
Are you making gravy?
Let's go. That's damn. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I think that's what you do.
That's funny. I was wondering who the other alternate categories and who the inductees would be, nominees would be. That is very interesting.
I think Eli definitely deserves to go in. He should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer, but
yeah, we made that argument. We made that argument earlier this year.
Yeah,
we were very surprised. We were very surprised he wasn't in. But yeah, I definitely don't. I'm not knocking Drew Brees. And I even said Willie Anderson as well, Bruiser. Earlier on, I even said Willie Anderson would be.
So I got him mixed up for a moment because I just saw the Bengals thing and saw Willie Anderson, and I was like, "Oh yeah, he did the Icky Shuffle," and then I was like, "No, dumbass, that was Icky Woods."
You're thinking Jamal Anderson.
Yes.
You were thinking the Dirty Bird and Jamal Anderson.
No, I was thinking
Icky Woods. Icky Woods
did the Icky Shuffle.
Icky Shuffle. Yep.
But I just saw the Bengals helmet, and Icky Woods was the Bengal, and I was like, "Oh yeah, he did the Icky Shuffle." And then my brain was like, "No, dumbass, it was Icky Woods."
Yeah, and then Jamal Anderson did the Dirty Bird with the Falcons.
Well, somebody else on the Bengals recently did the Icky Shuffle. I think the last 5 years it happened. Tomas. So yeah, college football playoffs. Apparently, the Grim Reaper is coming for everybody in NASCAR.
Oh my goodness. Yep. Go ahead and I will let you go ahead and cover those details. I got to go check on Bryce real quick.
I mean, Biffle a couple weeks ago was a shocker. That plane crash, and then Denny Hamlin's family, his father and his mom. I don't know. I haven't seen any updates about if his mom had succumbed to her injuries or not.
What happened? What happened?
His dad fell, from what I can surmise from reports, his dad fell asleep with a lit cigarette. And it burned
Oh my
house
God.
down. Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it was let me see if I can pull it up in Reddit. Yeah, so it was there's a lot of stuff going on right now with the Biffle plane crash too. So far, it looks like Denny Hamlin's mom is going to make a recovery.
It's good. Thank God.
Look, man, of all the ways to go, I would not want to burn to death ever.
I can definitely agree with that.
When I was a kid, one of my neighbor's houses burned down from somebody falling asleep with a lit cigarette. And it killed one of the little kids that lived there.
Oh, Jesus.
But that's just the amount of to go from the highest of highs of winning that lawsuit against NASCAR with Hamlin to you lost your dad 2 weeks later.
It's brutal.
Thank you for trying.
All right, so while we wait for our elder statesman to return, let me ask you this one. I got a good question for you. Which one of these 4 playoff games do you think has the best shot at one of those top 4 seeds getting upset? Even though, I mean, upset is a fair term with given where we are.
Georgia and Ole Miss.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I think Ole Miss is going to beat Georgia.
They played them tough earlier. Georgia only beat them by 8?
Well, they always play Georgia, but Ole Miss, I think. Wow. I think Ole Miss is better than people want to admit. And I said it at the beginning of the year, and nobody wanted to listen to me when I said that the SEC was going to cannibalize itself and there was going to be no team coming out of the SEC that was undefeated. And I even said that there was going to be a 3-loss SEC team that made the playoffs. Now, I thought it was going to be Texas. And it ended up being Alabama, but 3-loss SEC team in the playoffs. the looking at the entirety of the playoff, though, I think that we need to go back to shortening it up.
Fortunately, it looks like you're going to get an expansion more than you're going to get a shortening.
I don't mean going back to 4 teams or 8 teams. I mean, last year we played the conference championship games. Then we played Army Navy. It was a week off, and then we went right into the playoffs. And this year we're waiting until the new year. Play them.
Yeah.
Play them like you're supposed to play them. Play them like an actual playoff system. Give the teams the home games. That's like you were supposed to.
Yeah.
That's what made that special last year, was that Ohio State got a home game, and then
we got a home game.
Penn State got a home. People got home games and a playoff. Like, give them that. You've earned that. I don't mind the 12-team format. I really don't. But don't wait a month and part of my complaint about the BCS back in the early 2000s was Ohio State played their last game against Michigan on Thanksgiving weekend, but didn't play again until the middle of January. How are you supposed to stay fresh that long?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the bigger issue right now with college football. I think the entire calendar is messed up. They got to figure a way to fix the calendar.
The calendar needs to start. College football should start when high school football starts in the middle of August.
I agree.
Agreed.
Because those football players are back on campus in June, July.
Mm-hmm.
Your student body's usually there in the middle of August. Your football season, college football should start. You know what? I'm going to pull up my calendar because I'm going to pull an arbitrary day out of my ass from August. So let's say Saturday, August 16th. Okay.
Okay.
Week 1, August 16th. Week 2, August 23rd. Week 3 would have been Memorial Day weekend, August 30th, right? Week 4 is September 6th. 5, 6, and 7. Now you're into October. Week 8 would be October 4th, 9th, October 10th. Week 9 would be October 11th. Week 10 would be October 18th. Week 11, the 25th. And there's 13 weeks. So 13 weeks, you're on November 15th. You take a break. You give these kids a 2-week break for Thanksgiving. And then guess what? Your conference championship game lines up on the exact week that it would have on December 6th, where they lined up this year. Oh, boy. And then you start the playoffs. The 20th, and like you give them the home games the week before Christmas, the week after Christmas. Then you go into the bowl games on the playoffs and the bowl games. You could have started college football on August 16th and wound up with the same schedule if you'd have given the kids a 2-week break at the end of November.
Interesting. I don't hate it. So then when would this calendar that you're putting together where would this put the national championship date?
It'd still be the same. It would still end up being the 19th.
Okay.
I think though that you're gonna I don't mind it being on the 19th. I would. Schedules have gotten too long with every sport. Every sport. You don't need 162 games in baseball. You don't need 82 games in basketball. You don't need 82 games in hockey. And I understand that a lot of it is primarily driven by TV revenue. TV wants more games, more time to fill, so the leagues get more money, more commercial space, yada, yada. It's a cyclical, horrible cycle that just eats upon itself. But the reason why we all loved college football to begin with was because it was so finite and so short. It was 12 weeks and a couple of bowl games, and then you had to wait. You had to wait till next August.
Sam and I were talking earlier. I said after New Year's Day, I could give a rat's rear end less. I saw a commercial that said, "Oh, the championship game's on January 19th." I'm like, you know what I got on January 19th? I got basketball game that I got to work. I'm sorry. I am going to have interest on a college football game that night.
If Ohio State
got to work the next
more
morning.
Interest in it if Ohio State's in it.
No, actually, here's the funny part. The very first time Ohio State won the national championship, I was in bed just as the game was kicking off because I had to be up for work early the next morning doing a server install. Was like, whatever. I woke up the next morning and went, we won. Okay.
You talking in 2001?
Mm-hmm.
Great.
And ironically, I fell asleep during halftime of the second one. So
there will be more interest if somebody's team makes it on the 19th.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who.
For me, I've chatted with my uncles and at Christmas Eve dinner, and they were always big on college. I mean, just super diehards when it comes to college football. And I asked them, I said, what are your thoughts on this? I mean, after New Year's Day, are you still like waiting? What's the anticipation? And he goes, what anticipation? He goes, they've watered it down with so many bowl games.
There aren't that many bowl games this year, though. It's that they're very
47 of them.
It's not any more than the year before that.
53. That's it.
Yeah, last year there was 53. This year there's 47. There's less. Because
they lost a couple of sponsors.
They are so.
Before that, it was 48. It varies. But there never used to be more than 20. That's the problem. True. No, there weren't. Back in the 80s, there were no more than, I think, the usual 9 or 10. Back in the early 80s, there were only 9 or 10 bowl games. That was it. You didn't have this Chick-fil-A Bowl. You didn't have the Motor City Bowl. You didn't have any of this extra BS.
Chick-fil-A Bowl is the Peach Bowl.
Well, that's the Peach Bowl now. I'm just saying, you didn't have like all this other crap where there's a bowl game at Ford Field or there wasn't one at the Silverdome. There never was all that extra. There never was.
You also increased the number of Division I schools exponentially by year.
It was money.
Not just money.
Money and corporate sponsorships through the NCAA.
It's not just that. You're talking about the number of Division I.
It's still the same power Division I schools.
It's not, though.
Tell me where it's not. It is.
There's only 2 power conferences anymore.
Right, but where did all the schools go? All started combining. All the schools are still the same number of schools. They're all still there. It's
George,
just that all the conferences started combining.
There are the number of Division I schools has actually increased. Appalachian State didn't used to be a Division I school. They are now. Tulane wasn't a Division I school. They became one in the mid 2000s. The number of actual Division I schools increased over the past 25 years. I don't have an issue with the number of bowl games. I have an issue with how spaced out they are. I also have an issue with it that every game has to somehow be in some sort of prime time window, some sort of afternoon window. What happened to playing a bowl game at 11 o'clock in the morning? That was part of the fun of bowl games was that the Peach Bowl, for example, or the Cotton Bowl was at noon on a Wednesday. And you got to see, Texas A&M versus USC for pulling colleges out of my ass. You got to see high-profile teams play on a date and time that they didn't normally play.
Yeah.
I forget, it might have been a couple of years ago, but I remember watching the Duke Mayonnaise Bowl, followed by the Bell Helicopters Bowl, which led into the Cotton Bowl and Fiesta Bowl. And they started at like 11:30 in the morning. The best part.
This is interesting. From 1980 to 2025, in 1980, there were 105 schools for football in Division I. There are only 130 currently. So they increased by 25.
25 schools. That's a lot.
To warrant almost 30 more bowl games?
George, look at the number of athletes you have now.
25 schools warrant 25 schools even playing each other only gives you 12.
Look at the number of athletes you have now. Back in 1984, being a football player full-time as a career wasn't a viable career path like it is in 2025. Granted, still only a small number of people make it, but it's far more people now than there were in 1984. So, yeah, there's more athletes.
What they did was they lowered the amount of wins that you got to make it to a bowl game.
6 wins is a lot of wins.
I can't even continue that. That's stupid.
6 wins is a lot of wins. In D1 college football, 6 wins is a lot. You got to win half your games.
In the NFL, teams, who only get half of their wins, you get one team because they happen to be a division champion, probably, is who gets to go into a playoff. And yet you're adding 30 damn schools in because they made it halfway through. Let's just give everybody a participation trophy, Sam.
Put me in
I
the
don't
middle
understand
of this.
what your problem with this is. If you don't like the bowl games, don't watch.
I don't.
Then don't watch.
There's too many
Then
to
don't
sit there and
complain.
even want to bother having any interest.
Then don't complain. Don't let people who actually
There's
like
nothing.
it.
There's nothing of interest.
Bullshit. There isn't.
There isn't. Outside of seeing what frosting is going to come out of a Pop-Tart, I mean, really, what do you got?
It was a good fucking game, by the way.
That was a great game.
Yeah. Man, I had to go out and do something that night, so I didn't get to watch the whole thing, but I watched some of it. That was a good fucking game. And also, here's the other, hold on real quick, and I want to try to add something to, no, because I think I'm trying to, I'm actually on your side with this. Here's the other thing, George. Just an example, because the one thing I don't like is the NFL impact on the bowl games when all these seniors don't play.
Oh shoot! Let's count any of them: juniors, seniors,
hold on,
sophomores.
Well,
we've got to get ready for the combine. We're not playing in the bowl game.
Well, hold on. Just an example here. If you don't make the fucking playoffs as an NFL team, first of all, there's only 30-something NFL teams. Those guys don't make the playoffs. You know what they're saying at the end of the freaking day? I don't give a flying fuck. I'm making $5 million a year. I'm going to go home and sit in my freaking mansion. They don't give a shit about that. But for the kids that are playing, like Denai Dennis Sutton, he is probably going to be a top 2 to 3 round draft pick in the NFL this year. He played the whole Pinstripe Bowl in that shit weather in Yankee Stadium. Could have potentially risked his NFL stock because if he would have got hurt, because the weather in New York was like shit on Saturday when they played Clemson. These kids don't get a chance to play with this group anymore. This is the last time these guys get to play for that shit.
So here's the thing. I partially agree with you. However, I will offer a counterpoint that says not playing as a senior or a junior is the smart move. I'll offer you one name, Willis McGahee.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. We can go either way on the who plays, who doesn't play. That's whatever. Yeah, I don't care about that part. I'm just saying. But for some of these guys, do you really think Denai Dennis Sutton wants his last remembrance at Penn State to be, oh, hey, guys, we beat fucking Rutgers by 4 points in the final week of the season? No. He gets to go out and they hold a trophy.
No, and to be honest, you're talking about the top 1% of the top 1% that is going to go on from college to play in the pros for anywhere from 2 to 10 years is the average. So most of those guys are never, ever going to run through a tunnel again. They're never going to put on a pair of pads again. That's their last game. And so, yes, the bowl games do actually mean something.
Yeah. Like the perfect example, Dom DeLuca. He's one of Penn State's captains. He was a walk-on when he got on the Penn State. He declared today for the NFL draft. It would be a long day in hillbilly hell if Dom DeLuca ever plays a snap of football in the NFL.
They might, but I look at sure. Some of those guys, just a couple of years ago, was it 2018? 2018 was when Texas had no business doing what they did to Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. To when they just beat the ever living piss out of Georgia in the Sugar Bowl.
Huh?
In Atlanta. There were guys on that team that they were interviewing afterward that said, I'm going to tell my grandkids about this because I'm never playing football again after this. I understand George's penchant for not liking the bowl games or his argument of wanting to say, well, there's too many of them. Sure, maybe. But guess what? You've got 130 teams. if you've got 130 teams and you have 47 bowl games, including teams that are Division 1AA, you're talking about 90 teams.
Yeah, and they've been playing every Saturday. So
they played a regular season. Hey, the NFL plays every Sunday. We don't need 16 teams making the playoffs for the NFL. They already played every Sunday. We don't need that. I don't need the Super Bowl to go into the middle of February because it's affecting.
But I don't need to see the participation trophy teams in a bowl game.
Then don't watch.
I don't.
And I don't watch.
And it's a big waste of time. Playoff. I mean, they're sitting there going, "Oh, well, we're going to get TV, revenue out of it."
They are, and that helps the college.
Yeah, because the TV people give you XYZ amount of money up front, and that's what you're going to get.
And that helps the college. Because it helps fund the women's basketball team, or the swim team, or the gymnastics team, or the lacrosse team. That money goes elsewhere in the athletic department. The two biggest drivers of financial revenue in college sports are men's basketball and NCAA football. Football is number one. Men's basketball is number two. Women's basketball is actually a close third.
I was going to say, I thought women's basketball jumped the men a couple of years back. I could have swore that they got jumped.
They did for 1 year, but it's because of the March Madness tournament. It's traditionally men's basketball.
Yeah, and I'm in the same boat with Bruiser in agreement on what you said about there's too many bowl games. I've said the same thing over the past 5 to 7 years of baseball when they've changed something. If you don't like it, don't fucking watch it. Who gives a shit? Yeah.
Don't watch. Don't watch. Don't complain about it. Don't watch. I don't like the NFL. Guess what I don't do? I don't
watch the NFL.
I don't watch the NFL. I'm pissed that starting next year, the weekend that has traditionally been the Daytona 500 weekend or President's Day weekend is now no longer President's Day weekend because the NFL came in and is going to put the Super Bowl on that weekend,
which is stupid.
I don't like the fact that the NFL is trying to overtake Christmas. I've always liked the Christmas better when it was the NBA all day. I don't need the NFL on Christmas. You get Thanksgiving. You get Thanksgiving. That's fine. You don't need to be on Christmas Day.
The problem is here. So the NFL is going to get a large amount of pushback pretty quick when I'm telling you, don't piss off the good old boys in the Southeast.
Right?
Don't make them choose between Raise Hell, Praise Dale and football. Because God forbid they're going to choose NASCAR.
Yeah, I was going to say the sponsorship will be a lot a bit different. Not a little, a lot a bit different. That's no joke. I think it's absolutely stupid that the NFL playoffs will need to go that late. There is no reason for it at all.
They shouldn't.
They were already pushing it with pushing it into February to begin with. Absolutely. It's just ignorance at this point.
I think that the college football championship game and the Super Bowl should happen in the same week.
That'd be interesting.
You know how you have that?
That'd be very interesting.
You know how you have that 2-week break between the NFC and AFC title games and the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where they shove the Pro Bowl.
Have the national title game that weekend.
Have the national title game that weekend? Yep. Sounds like a plan to me.
Hell, you know what? Screw the Pro Bowl. Let's just take the Pro Bowl out completely. Put that bitch in Hawaii. That let's have some real motherfucking fun.
And I would play the national title game in the same venue that the Super Bowl is going to be.
Oh, you petty motherfucker! that would be interesting. I like that idea actually. I really do.
I was going to say that's a very interesting thought.
And I'll tell you why. There's already going to be a ton of NFL scouts there already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a brilliant move. I like it.
I love it.
I like it. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it at all.
We're getting too much agreeing
that's radio.
This is
Radio
not right.
Row. That's Radio Row and everything for 2 full weeks. You get a Radio Row for 2 weeks.
Yep.
Hey, who knows? Maybe I'll be down there one day.
I'm down.
George, you want to take a trip?
I'm in.
I'll get you media credentials. We got this.
I'm in. No problem.
That's a really good idea.
That is. That's a brilliant damn idea.
Not about how much I'm like. Go ahead, Bruiser.
You figure the NFL will be over by the 31st of January. Yeah, NFL season's over by then. Then you get a couple week break. And then Daytona 5, you got the Clash, and then you get the Daytona 500, and then we're into baseball in spring. I think there's far too much overlap between sports. Part of what made sports interesting and fun, or what used to make sports interesting and fun, was the anticipation of the coming season.
Yeah, it's like basketball and hockey. They drag on into June, and it's like, dude, nobody's thinking hockey and ice in June.
It's not even that they drag on into June. Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals took place almost a week and a half before 4th of July last.
Yeah, that was crazy.
What are we doing?
Yeah, that was crazy.
And the season starts in mid-September. So no. You can't. First of all, you can't heal from a season that long.
In 2.5 months.
2.5 months. Like, just. You need to have a longer off season. These, I understand that they're athletes, but their bodies need to heal.
Yeah, I mean, baseball, at least you've got anywhere from about 5.5 to 6 months, at least. From that, after that first week of October, going all the way into the first week of March. I mean,
because you got winter ball, you got guys who go play in the Dominican League.
Well, that's for guys who need to, but primarily majority of your MLB guys are off the 5.5 months. I mean, that's a long enough time. You got to let that body heal.
Especially those arms when you're doing 100.
Oh my God.
100 plus pitches every 5 days.
I mean, football, they've got the volunteer OTAs. That's in June. But I mean, you're off basically if you don't make a playoff. You're off from now New Year's, basically, all the way until that first week of June.
The draft is in April, and rookie mini camps are are 2 weeks later in the middle of May.
Well, I'm saying for regular players, though, your OTAs are in June.
And they have training camp late July.
Yeah,
mid-July.
Mid-July, okay.
Yeah, they get
late mid. Who gives a shit?
They get the 2 week break. They get the first full week, the first 2 full weeks in July off.
No, but back to something that Bruiser was mentioning earlier, like about hockey and basketball. Like, look at the Florida Panthers. They're back-to-back champs. That's great. They're literally going to be hovering this year because look at Alexander Barkov. He got fucking hurt at a practice. He hurt his knee. He's out the whole season because he only had like a month and a half to rest.
Yeah, to recuperate.
Like, they don't have the time to heal. And Kachuk's still out. I think he's going to be back soon, but they're 2 of their best players are out.
Kachuk is still playing. Oh my God.
But that's the point though. He has it, and Barkov's out is out for the year with a knee injury. Like these guys don't. And hockey is not like. Look, no, I'm not trying to sound like an asshole here, but it's a lot easier to recover from basketball than it is from hockey. I'm pretty sure we can all agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, every freaking 2 days in basketball, you see Nikola Jokic will be reevaluated in 4 weeks after a sprained ankle. Bitch, I played on sprained ankles that night. And the next day. Shut the hell up.
I was going to say, and these guys are taking off on the back-to-back nights to begin with.
They're made of freaking paper, NBA players.
I
haven't.
Bill Laimbeer and Larry Bird even said, these guys today are marshmallows.
Do you understand why Tyler and I try to find NFL topics to get us through the entire year? I could give two shits about the pussified NBA that it has turned into.
I want Steph Curry to have to go up against Dennis Rodman.
He'll kill him.
even at his current age, he'd still kill him. Yeah.
I want Dennis Rodman and Isaiah Thomas in their defensive primes.
Oh my God.
Against Steph Curry.
Oh my God.
I want to see how much Steph Curry cries.
What's up, dude?
You know what I would love to see? I'd love to see LeBron try to take a layup on Bill Laimbeer.
I think you could.
Oh yeah, but if he did, Laimbeer's gonna make sure he knows it.
Here's the thing: the league was still pretty physical from like 2003 when he came in to about 2007, 2008. That's when it really started changing.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So I think that the guys that LeBron played with,
what's up, E?
Shaq, Kobe, Tim Duncan, guys like that, they were physical guys. Not as physical as a Rodman or a Laimbeer and Isaiah Thomas, but I still think
still pretty physical.
Yes, and I think LeBron could handle his own against those, some of those guys.
I don't disagree. I mean, LeBron has the physique to match that physicality.
He's what, like 6'6", 6'7"?
He's 6'8", like 240. And he used to be like 250, 250 when he was younger. Now that he's got a little older, he needs to shed a little weight. But I look at this stuff on Twitter. I'm like, dude, I don't even want to talk a lick about this sport anymore. It makes me sick.
It's the same thing with the NFL.
Well, I don't have a hatred for the NFL that I do for the NBA.
I don't have a hatred for the NFL. My issue with the NFL is you can't explain to me what is and isn't a rule, right?
Agreed.
So,
10
years ago or so, we had the Calvin Johnson 2 feet down in the end zone, ass down in the end zone, possession of the ball, but that's not a touchdown or a catch, right?
Yep.
Last night we had
caught it, threw it down. Yep.
He had he had it one hand, 2 feet in bounds, but that's not a catch. But then we got a guy who bobbles it 6 times, comes up with it somehow, and lands on his back, but that's a catch. You can't explain to me why that's a catch, but why the ones that clearly demonstrated that they had possession of the ball aren't. What's pass interference? What isn't pass interference? What is?
Yeah, that's one that everybody wants to bring up multiple games over the weekend.
What cracks me up is that one season we allowed pass interference to be reviewable, but then the NFL realized, oh shit, we actually may accidentally get these fucking calls right, but our golden boys still need some calls to go their way, so let's take that out of the equation now.
Yeah, which I think the competition committee seriously needs to put that into
Before
review.
Bruiser goes, here's something that Tyler and I were talking about. Do you know what needs to be reviewed?
Possession.
Personal fouls that turn into like little scuffs. Like on Saturday, okay? Dalton Schultz catches a football against the Chargers. He goes down. He's trying to get up. the big 350-pound defensive tackle for the Chargers comes up from behind, basically knees him in the back of the head, swipes at him, and knocks him in the face. Dalton Schultz gets up. Now, mind you, Dalton Schultz is a tight end, so he's about 260 pounds. And he pushed this defensive tackle who's 330 pounds. I've seen LeBron James flop less than this freaking guy. Yep. That shit needs to be, if it's a retaliation of something, we need to be able to go upstairs and say, okay, well, if you're going to flag Schultz, he did it for this reason. That shit has to be reviewable.
Yep.
I don't disagree at all. I think though, so back to the reviewing of the pass interference calls, the year that was in place was the lowest amount of PI calls in a single regular season, because a bunch of them got overturned.
Good.
And we can't have that because we have Vegas money riding on it.
And that's my
poor babies.
What I'm making.
Poor babies. Yeah. Sorry. We're going to play the game. We're going to play the game right, or are we going to play the game for money? Oh,
but they play it for money. We want them to play it right. They play it for money.
Right.
Exactly.
They
don't give a shit what the three of us are saying.
And I fully think that there should be a number of other penalties that are reviewable. I
got to go on.
I am as a fan, and I don't watch the NFL on Sundays. If it happens to be on, it's on as background noise. I'm not invested in the game, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
But if I see player A make a play, then player B come in and they start jawing at player A, and then all of a sudden there's fists flying, and then 40 other people come in, I think we should treat player fisticuffs like they do in hockey. Let those two go at it till one goes to the ground, and then you throw them both out.
And take away the taunting. I'm sorry.
Oh, my God.
Take away the taunting.
Dumbest penalty ever.
Ever.
Because here's the thing, right? The taunting is the problem.
Has been in the NFL forever.
But no, it's not even that. Like, Cooper DeJean was flagged early. No, that wasn't Cooper DeJean. Nolan Smith made a tackle for loss in week 1 of the season. Just did a little flex like this, gets flagged. But when a defense goes and gets a turnover, we can go do a whole WWE fucking celebration in the end zone. Yep. Talk about your double freaking standards.
Yep.
My favorite was a couple of years ago, somebody did the suck it motion after a sack and didn't get called for taunting. But the very next play, guy got a first down and did the arm forward first down, got flagged for taunting.
No,
because he did it like right in front of the guy. Yeah, I remember that.
Listen to this bullshit. Frank Cole was on the Eagles for like 7 years, and his sack celebration was the bow and arrow thing. He did that his whole career. Felix Hunt did it one time in the Super Bowl when he sacked Patrick Mahomes. He got fined like $10,000 the next week.
Because it's Kermit the Frog. We can't injure Kermit.
And that's while we're on the subject of a quarterback, that's another penalty I think needs to be reviewed, is roughing the passer.
Yes, because
here's the thing.
Aren't only because quarterbacks.
Look, I understand if they clip them low in the knee, you're trying to make sure we don't have a lot of major knee injuries. We're trying to avoid concussions. I get that. But when a guy is running, when they say, oh, the ball was out of his hand, the guy popped them. Well, yes, jackass, because when the guy has the football, the linebacker's running at him 18 to 20 miles an hour. Am I supposed to just stop on a fucking dime?
Yeah, you can't stop.
What would you like me to do here?
Right, no, because you don't know if that ball's going to get, as soon as they're pulling it up here, they've pulled it down, and then you sack them, and you've got the sack. But it's like once they're throwing the ball literally as they're getting tackled, and then the guy lands on him because he thinks he sacked him. And no, here comes a yellow flag going, no, he put his weight on him. Hey, asshole, that's how you tackle somebody. This is football. They're like, oh, we're just protecting the quarterbacks.
You're
Screw
not.
you.
You're not protecting anybody.
No.
And I would agree that the roughing the passer penalty needs revised and reformed. I would also say that part of that is due to Kimo von Oelhoffen and Carson Palmer.
Right. That's what Sam was talking about. But I'm saying these are full on freaking tackles. And that's how but that's also how these defensive guys are getting hurt, is because, oh crap, I got to pull up. Well, then, you're yank a hamstring, pulled the calf.
I'll tell you the one that I want reviewed. I want the targeting one reviewed. I
thought it was already. I thought it was this year. Sam, correct me if I'm wrong. I thought it was this year. It has been reviewed.
But here's the problem. They're fucking it up because I'll tell you right now, when we played Ohio State, Caleb Downs.
No. In the NFL.
The NFL.
NFL. College.
No. The NFL. They did that this year. That was one of the changes.
And they're still screwing it up.
Yeah, they're still screwing it up. That doesn't matter. But
you can't. I hate the targeting rule. I hate the targeting rule because it's so subjective. You have a player, I don't care if it's college or football. Defensive player A is coming across the line at offensive player B. Offensive player B goes into a prone position or a slide because he sees the player coming. Player A can't stop. He can't change his stride. He is mid-form of a tackle. Bring back the incidental 5-yard penalty. I understand the spirit of the rule with targeting. I really do. But Sam, you might be too young to remember this. You might have been in diapers when these happened. But there used to be this penalty called incidental contact.
Mm-hmm.
Briefly remember. I remember hearing about it.
And it was a 5-yard penalty. It would be an automatic first down, especially if it was on a defensive player. But incidental face mask, incidental, the incidental contact penalty was something that happened in the heat of the play, but wasn't malicious.
Right. Yep. Well said. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
You want to call a defensive player for incidental helmet contact? Okay. I'll buy that. He wasn't targeting him. He wasn't trying to take him out. You can tell what the egregious ones are. They're going to be blatant about it.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen some hard hitting where we thought it was a helmet to helmet, and no, it was a shoulder pad to shoulder pad.
Or helmet to shoulder pad. Or helmet to chest.
I mean, what do you want him to do?
You cannot legislate the violence out of sports. Hockey, baseball, soccer, basketball, football, it doesn't matter. You cannot.
The gladiators used to kill each other. Come on.
That's actually a myth.
What is?
So yes, there were combat sports to the death in the gladiatorial times. However, gladiators were expensive.
Yeah.
So you didn't kill your gladiators every chance you got because of how expensive they were.
Let George explain this. He knows what those times are like.
He's a little bit too young for that.
Punk ass.
Oh, bring him back.
Please, first last week I get interrupted at the end of the show. Now this shit. Jesus, what did I do?
Also, he wasn't around for the Roman era. He's a little too young for that. You got to go a little bit further. He's more like Civil War.
Hey, we got through
My
a long.
grandfather is going to haunt you. Just letting you know.
Anyway, back to this gladiator story we were on.
But yeah, the preconceived notion that all gladiatorial fights were to the death is actually a myth.
Interesting. I never knew that.
I did a research paper in the one and only year of college I went to on combat sports for a class. But yeah, I think
Interesting.
I think though that yes, that there needs to be some heavy revision of rules for the off season.
Yeah, because like, good.
I firmly think that we should start a petition to get the college football season and the college football playoffs and the NFL playoffs to line up in some form or fashion so that we can get in between the Super Bowl, you got the AFC and NFC title games, the college national championship, and then the Super Bowl. And then we're done with fucking football for a while.
The worst idea. I don't hate it.
How great would it be, though, if you did the college football playoffs on Saturdays? You had the NFL playoffs on Sundays, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just like they play it in the regular season. Why not?
Well, but also think of the coverage that you could get going into the playoffs. If you were able to line up the NFL and college playoffs, just think about, I don't know, Miami having to come play Ohio State in Columbus this week.
Oh, you're going to be a little nippy.
When it's 9 degrees outside right now.
Mm-hmm.
Go see some Dolphins NFL playoff vibes.
But
who's worse than the cold, Tua or Carson Beck?
But you could listen. If I had the girlfriend that Carson Beck had, I'm okay.
Yeah, right.
The whole point of when they redid the college football playoff to go to 12 teams and then give teams a home game was to bring in that home field advantage of what happens if Alabama has to go to Wisconsin in the middle of December. What happens if Oregon has to go to Miami in the middle of December when it's still 85 million degrees in the swamp? Go out to the desert, Southern California. Like, let's make home field advantage mean something.
Exactly.
I'll be watching tomorrow because I want to see Texas make Michigan cry. I'm on an island all on my own in the chat because I've got Zolt and Adam.
Yeah.
You're in the chat by yourself. You're like the only SEC fan in the chat. Everyone else is the Big Ten teams.
I like the SEC because I think it's the best conference in college football. For a while there, it was the ACC, but the ACC couldn't keep up. And then the Big East collapsed, and then the ACC didn't have anything, and then
Now we're basically in the two conference war of the SEC and the Big Ten.
Big Ten doesn't have the firepower to win that one. The best thing that could happen to college football is that Texas, Alabama, Ohio State, Georgia, and Michigan all decide that they're not going to play by the NCAA's rules anymore and try to start their own conference.
Holy shit. That would be fun.
And I bet a well-worded letter, although we know most of those people at Notre Dame can't read anyway. I bet you if you sent it in Latin, though, and recited it like Catholic Mass, they might be able to understand it.
Pretty much, yeah. And even if they were no, what you have to do is you have to guarantee them a top spot if they're like winless on the year still.
No, you just do Pilates. It's Catholic Mass. All you got to do is Pilates, and they'll understand it. It's the up, down, Our Father, up, down.
Oh my gosh!
What a great!
Where the hell did we just? What cliff did we just go jump off of?
The hell is? Oh, thank God, there he is. I was gonna say, where the hell is Zolt?
Thank you for saving the Savior has arrived. Thank you.
We're making fun of Notre Dame, and we're talking about how they don't know how to read.
They don't know how to do a lot of things.
They only understand things in the form of Catholic Mass. You know, up, down, Our Father, up, down.
He called it their Pilates.
Christian Pilates. That's all it is. Tell me I'm wrong.
No comment.
Yeah, I got nothing.
No comment. Nope, not touching it.
Yep, well, I'm not going there.
No, sir. Nope, not touching it.
You know, the first game I ever went to at the Big House as a student was at home against Notre Dame. And I distinctly recall buying a shirt from, the business school has, all their people out there, selling whatever's, and bought a shirt, and on the back was the top 10 reasons to hate Notre Dame. And prepare to get canceled, George.
Oh, thanks.
I love when we get Zolt involved.
I don't remember what number it was, but it was along the lines of Notre Dame, where the women are Catholic and the sheep are nervous. I don't know why I just thought of that.
Well, it was nice knowing y'all.
I know.
God, it's been a great run here for this.
It's been an awesome run.
You were excited. I came on. I was going to solidify the show, get us back on track. And I drove us over the cliff.
Flushed it down the
what Zolt just did was he was the face that was supposed to run out to the ring and help the other face, but he turned the steel chair on us. We just got Seth Rollins. He just Seth Rollins us in the back. Holy shit.
I don't think it got on TV for very long during the Notre Dame BYU game. I cannot remember the full context of it, but there was a sign that a BYU fan had that involved Notre Dame, Catholicism, and altar boys.
Oh, boy.
Hey.
And I was like, that's a ballsy move coming from the Mormons.
Dude, hey, I didn't know that you could really get on the Mormons, bad list.
Right.
until suddenly apparently we're poaching their DC. Now suddenly
now Crumble Cookie doesn't want to get fucking involved.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We try to talk this. We try to talk to Sataki. They fucking locked him in his house and told him he wasn't going anywhere. But this is now this is okay. Get the fuck out of here. I mean, I don't care. I got Matt Campbell. I'm not upset. But it's,
I can't wait.
I mean,
I can't wait till you get Mormon missionaries showing up at your door to talk to you about Jesus.
the Michigan Wolverines suddenly getting hate from the Latter-day Saints. I did not have on my bingo card. I just didn't.
Dude, it is 2025. Anything that his hat could go. The fact that there is a little over 24 hours left in this wretched year.
Yeah.
I fully expect an asteroid to hit the planet and a T-Rex to walk out of it tomorrow.
Right?
is around for those days too.
George isn't that old.
Oh, whoa. What the hell just happened?
Just blanked them both.
First off, Bruiser just said the words "George isn't that old," so
Right.
that got my attention.
What did Bruiser do?
Yeah, why did I get kicked? I
Defending.
said you weren't that old.
See, Bruiser, this is what he is now. He's so used to you doing it, he just does it automatically.
Finger was already
What?
clicking the button when you opened your mouth. It didn't matter the words that came out. It was just.
I mean, George was there to witness the landing on the Mayflower at Plymouth Rock. However, he wasn't there with Methuselah when he walked with Jesus. I'm just saying, you're not that old.
It's been the greatest, the last 5 minutes ever.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you.
This is great. So just so everyone knows, if you don't see us next week, you freaking know why. One of two reasons: A, we've been canceled, or B, George has unfriended all of us.
It is my job.
See, all of the above.
Yes, all of the above.
All of
It
the
is
above.
my job to make sure that George's blood pressure is a certain level every week.
No.
Oh.
I was going to look something up. Now I can't remember what the hell I was going to look up. Thanks, guys. That's great.
You're welcome. So what? All right, our teams are playing tomorrow at 3:00.
Well, sort of.
My team is showing. My team is
Your
playing.
team is
Your
showing
team is
up,
showing
yes.
up.
Sort of. Some of them are. What is
Perhaps
it? 10 to 15 guys aren't going to play, apparently. That's
for Michigan.
yes.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
All right. That
Sorry,
aside,
that's what Biff is saying.
but that aside, what is a good showing for the U of M tomorrow in that game?
I mean, it's a good question because, God, when was the last time either of us played? 4 weeks ago? 5 weeks ago?
Thanksgiving, yeah.
Yeah.
We beat Texas A&M. We beat Texas Tech handily, the number 2
Right.
team in the country, and somehow that didn't jump us above Alabama.
Yeah.
While Alabama lost to Georgia again.
I would say 2 touchdowns.
Losing by 2 touchdowns?
I think Michigan being within 2 touchdowns is probably, I'd be okay with that.
You realize you're playing the University of Texas, right?
I'm aware.
I'm not saying that is like a threat. I mean, you might win by 2 touchdowns.
No.
It depends. Listen, it depends on if Arch Manning sees orange jerseys on your side of the field.
Yeah, right. Okay, here's our issue. Our issue is we don't really have an O-line. Which kind of kills everything else. And our strength is our defensive line, and I have a hunch those are the guys that aren't playing.
Fair enough.
So this could get rough. This could get really rough. Although to be fair, I think our underclassmen on the D line might actually be up for it. It's just not having an O line whatsoever is.
I think if it's a 10-point game, I'm happy.
Okay. Yeah, I just want I just want nobody to get hurt.
I don't want
nobody
anybody
get
get hurt.
hang
I want
I want to get through this game with no coach being arrested.
fair enough. I mean, keep the staffers away from the sidelines.
It's just, if we can get through this without
Sidelines, the offices,
without Biff
the university in general. You know what Michigan probably wishes? They probably wish we were back in the 2020 days where everything was remote.
How bad? Okay, I haven't got to talk to you.
Yeah.
Since all of this started.
Okay. Yeah.
How does the university not vet him better?
Because, okay, hopefully we're going to find out the real answer to that question. I have my assumption. But we do have, though, the school has hired an independent firm that is doing their own investigation into the entire athletic department. This is not just football. This is everything. In my opinion, he got that job because he was handpicked by Harbaugh when Harbaugh left. It's either that or with how many guys were going with Harbaugh or leaving at the same time, he was one of the few that was staying, and they're like, well, we need to keep him or this recruiting class is gone.
Because let's be real. If he doesn't take him, if Harbaugh doesn't take him to LA, I think the first choice would have been Minter to be the new head coach.
Most likely.
But he went with Jim. So,
yep.
All right. I'm gonna play the race card in a way that I don't normally play it. But how much of it is that he was how much of it is it that he would potentially have been a black head coach in college football where there are such a minuscule amount of successful black head coaches, and when Harbaugh was suspended, he was extremely successful for Michigan.
He was. He was able to take over, and there was no drop-off, no noticeable drop-off. That may have been part of it.
I'm not saying it's the whole reason.
I get it. At no point was that ever like hyped up. I mean, I would never hear it. You never heard anything of the sort. It was Jim was coach. Moore now is coach. That was it.
I don't think it needed to be audible. Maybe it was something said in the back room amongst, you know
perhaps,
what I mean?
At the same time, though, he was the guy that stayed. That was, I mean, I
There's
really
a lot to be
think
said for that, though.
Yeah. Oh, it's written on the wall in the stadium. Those who stay will be champions. And apparently, sometimes those who stay will be incarcerated.
I mean, what a fall, though.
Those were some crazy days.
But, I mean, to go from our head coach gave a kid a cheeseburger on a visit to he showed up at her house and wouldn't leave.
Yeah.
And then threatened to kill himself in front of her.
Yeah.
Now, I had heard, I don't know how true it is. Mind you, it was on the college football Reddit thread that was going through all of this.
Mm-hmm.
But the phrase underage came out at one point.
I have not seen that phrase in anything I've read about what has happened.
Okay.
So, to my knowledge, that's not the case.
Okay. That's the part that I was like, oh no.
No,
like if it goes...
I've not heard that at all.
Okay, cool.
So I just looked up for the shits and giggles that you brought that up. The alleged staffer that's in question is 32 years old currently. So
I have not followed this as that closely because it has been
Christmas
and we haven't done a gathering in a couple weeks, and I have not had a chance to like talk to Zolt and be like, "The fuck happened?"
Yeah. No, and I mean, I've heard, things have come out. Oh, there was these text messages to these other people, and I've certainly heard that. And frankly, it would, at this point, it would not surprise me. At no point have I heard in any of that.
That he was messing around underage.
Correct.
Good.
How
That's
long
the
was
part
this going on for?
Years.
Yeah, I think it may have been, for example, the staffer. I think that has probably been going on for years, but I think the other stuff is more along the lines of general feeling uncomfortable. And I think most of that started, just again, this is just my opinion. I think most of that started when he became head coach.
You think he cracked under the pressure?
Cracked under the pressure, maybe started to get a big head, or even not only that, just I have to fill these shoes. I have to be the big guy. I have to be the man in control of everything.
I wonder if instead of starting at Michigan, if he goes somewhere like a Ball State or Tulane or somewhere smaller, a smaller Division I school. I wonder how far, for lack of a better phrase, the corruption that he has would be. Apparently, someone is losing a lung in my house.
Yeah, it's a good question.
Yeah.
I think long and short of it, like a lot of these cases, I think most of it stems from one incredibly poor decision, and that started the ball rolling, and it just kept rolling. I don't know if it was a situation where he cracked and then made a poor choice, or if it was made the poor choice, and when it started to gather steam and build on itself, lie after lie after lie, that's when he cracked under it. I don't know. That's for
Does Penn
psychology.
State have a head coach yet?
Sort of.
Yes. I'll say, has it been that long since we've all been on here?
Yes.
Yeah, fair point. No, yeah, we do. We hired Matt Campbell from Iowa State. Which, I was telling George earlier, it's been a very positive day in State College. 3 offensive linemen have already announced they're returning to the school next year because, new coach, the James Franklin cult of recruiting, I call it. They want to leave. Some want to leave because for some reason, now Virginia Tech hates Penn State for some weird reason because, when in doubt. But no, Bud, 2 of our sophomore offensive linemen announced they're returning. Andrew Rapplier, our tight end, is returning. Still a lot of big names on the current team that we're waiting to see what happens. But, as we know, with that portal opening up on Friday, Iowa State's already got like 60 players in that portal. So it's going to be it's going to be fun this week.
The portal's going to be insane.
It absolutely. Well, Iowa State's only got like 17 players on their team right now because of this shit.
I heard somebody who I know, this shall remain nameless, it's not anybody you guys know, was talking about how reports out of Austin were that Arch Manning, said he was coming back for his senior year, but was also going to hit the transfer portal and go to Miami. I was like, you're out of your mind. I was like, Arch isn't going anywhere.
No.
No, yeah. What the fuck?
He needs another year. I think next year he is legitimate. He could be a Heisman contender next year. I saw flashes.
I'll disagree with it.
He plays quarterback like his dad does now, though. Just no mobility, rigid.
It's who would you take right now? One game. Would you take Arch Manning or Quinn Ewers?
Do I want to get punched in the nads with a razor fist or fucked with the sandpaper dildo? Like, what kind of a question is that?
Only a question we could answer with when you could say is just such a last year question. That's what.
It's a valid question.
It is a valid question.
Okay. Honestly, I would take Quinn Ewers.
Okay.
Because Quinn proved himself more than capable in multiple situations. I think that if he didn't have the fan base beating down the door of Arch Manning and boosters who would have rather seen a sophomore who had very little experience come in and play at the moment, any type of Ewers was never allowed to learn from his mistakes, make those mistakes, and then continue on. His job was under threat from week one. Perform at the absolute highest level, or guess what? The unproven rookie's going to come in and take your job. And then we saw what the unproven rookie does. He does what unproven rookies do. They have some good days and bad days. Ewers, I think Ewers had a lot more potential than he was allowed to realize. But that's my opinion. I mean, the Washington game from the playoffs a couple of years ago, where he led them on that game, that almost game-winning drive. That was all him. And I think that's the type of player that Ewers can be if fostered properly.
And it's kind of early to know this. Going from this bowl game into next year, what are your expectations? Like, what?
I think 2 losses and an SEC title game is not out of the question, and it's not the days of having undefeated conference champions in the SEC are done and over with.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So 2 losses in an SEC title game, yeah, that's
okay.
I think you have to beat Oklahoma. I think next year you have to beat Georgia. Because now you will play them for the 5th time in 3 seasons. You have to beat them.
That's definitely a hump they got to get over.
You've proven you can beat Alabama. You've proven that you can beat other teams in the SEC. You have to beat Georgia.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think what I said about Michigan in our chat is probably pretty accurate for what Michigan should expect. 10 wins, quiet. 9 to 10 wins in a quiet season. No disciplinary issues. No, you know what I mean? Maybe you're competitive against Ohio State. Maybe you make the Big Ten title game. Who knows? But I think 3 to 5 years of 10 wins, a couple bowl appearances, maybe a playoff appearance or two, and quiet.
It specifically talking about next year is kind of at a point we don't even know what we're going to have. I mean, the end of this week is going to determine a lot.
Is that when suspensions come out or punishment?
No, I'm talking the portal.
The portal.
Who decides to go? We don't even know who's going to stay. Most of our top recruits for next year, everything I've seen indicates that they're all in. I mean, I think I've seen one that said he wanted to reopen his commitment. So, I mean, at least we've got that. I mean, it's one of those things is like, if, hey, everything being equal, we need to shore up that O-line. We need to get some help there back in the secondary. Otherwise, we always need receiver help. That all being said, I think we're good to go, but I can't even tell you who's staying and who's going right now. So,
all right.
Not knowing that, I would pencil in 9 wins for next year.
It is December 31st, 2026. What does the 2026 season have looked like for Michigan?
The team looks very similar to the team that you're used to because, I mean, that's the coach we just got, is a coach who is run first. You throw out of the run, and you are a physically dominant team on the defense. There's going to be hiccups. Like I said, I think we're aiming for a 9-win season this coming year, and that's mainly because of question marks. Obviously, the big question is, does Bryce Underwood stay? If he elects for the portal, it's going to be rough. I mean, we're back to, God, we could be back to quarterback decisions like Jim Orgy or, God, who the hell?
There's
else?
a lot of good quarterbacks in that portal right now.
There are.
Maybe you could get Arch Manning.
I hear he's going to Miami.
Kid from Iowa State's out there, and he under Matt Campbell, he was really good. I'm actually afraid Campbell's going to bring him here, and I'm not saying I'm afraid because he's not a good player, but I'm worried about us risking Ethan Ruckemeyer going into the portal. Meanwhile, the kid for Iowa State's only got 1 year of eligibility. Meanwhile, Gruckemeyer has 3. I'd rather try to build up Gruckemeyer for 3 years than 1 year, and then I'm looking for another quarterback.
I will say, I think it was today, Utah's top defensive end, who was an All-American with, I think, 11.5 sacks, he declared for the portal today. And it's like,
I wonder where he's going.
I know of a school that does good things with defensive ends.
Sir, can I show you the ladies that happen to be in Ann Arbor?
God damn it, Bruiser.
No. Let's not do that.
Let's not do this now.
Perhaps East Lansing is a destination you might consider.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, same question, Sam.
It
is December 31st, 2026. What's Penn State's year look like?
Cool. Well, again, we're in the same boat as Zolt because everything that happened, we expected to happen. Franklin took our whole class of next year with him, which was expected. Plenty of kids have already hit the portal out of Penn State, which was also expected. Campbell, he's so far off to a hot start. He hired USC's defensive coordinator to be his DC, former Penn State alum, brought over basically most of his offensive coaching staff, O-line coach, wide receiver coach, thank fucking God, offensive coordinator. So far, we've lost some. The portal, we've lost some. Chaz Coleman, our freshman edge rusher, he's hit the portal. Ohio native. Wonder where the fuck he's going to be ending up at. We already know that answer. They're only trying to recruit him after they beat us. But Honestly, see, the one thing that Campbell lucks out with next year, no Oregon, no Ohio State. Penn State's schedule for next year is, real quickly, because I brought it up because I was curious. Hold on. What the fuck are we doing? All right, so we go Marshall, at Temple, Buffalo, at Maryland, at Michigan. That'll be probably a big time ass whooping for Michigan. At Northwestern, Minnesota, Purdue, Rutgers, USC. Probably lose that game too. Wisconsin, at Washington. If depending what happens with the portal on Friday, and of course the spring portal, and how many more 2026 commits Campbell can flip. He's already flipped, I believe, 7 Iowa State commits in 2026 here, and he flipped a JMU wide receiver commit to Penn State. So he's got 8 commits here, 7 from Iowa State. Honestly, I think next year is definitely going to be a transition for sure. Realistically, I'm not going to go nuts. I could say us being, with that schedule, depending on how the roster looks, maybe a possibility of 7 to 8 wins in a bowl game. Probably that's what I would think we're at.
I will say
because I know
one advantage Michigan has and why I'm slightly upbeat as far as not losing a ton of players. As Sam just said, you lose your coach, a lot of guys follow him. Nobody's following more where he's going.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I mean, we have to say one thing, a week before they hired Campbell, Pat Kraft was on the verge of getting fired because he claimed to everyone, "Oh, we got a head start in the coaching search." Well, somehow we were outside of Michigan, but again, Michigan wasn't looking for a coach at the time. We were the last team to the dance in terms of finding a coach. And George, if you can remember this, I don't know if Zolt would have been on the time I said it. I brought Matt Campbell's name up early in the cycle. I said the 2 names
very early.
Yeah,
yep.
The 3 guys early on that I thought of were Campbell, Matt Rule, which thank God that never happened, and then I said Eli Drinkwitz from Missouri. Those were the 3 guys I thought of. And the fact that they got Campbell this late, the fact that Campbell is bringing over the 3 most important parts of his offensive coaching staff, his offensive coordinator, his O-line coach, which Penn State always develops offensive linemen really well, and the fact that we have a new wide receivers coach, again, thank fucking God. And now that he brought Lynn over from USC, and he's drastically improved USC and UCLA's defenses over the past few years. And I don't have to, and now Jim Knowles can go in a perfect spot where Tennessee is, where there's no expectation to do shit. And it's going to be a reboot season, but I could see easily, depending on how the roster turns out, this portal window, the spring one, how many more recruits flip. Easy, I can see a 7-8 win season in a bowl game. I'm confident in saying that. I mean, like I said, he lucks out that he has no Oregon and no Ohio State on the schedule, so that's a big win for him.
I asked George, but he doesn't care.
About what?
You don't care about college football by December 31st, so who cares?
Well, I'm looking at the schedule already, and it does not look favorable.
What they got next year?
They, outside of the snoozers being Ball State and Kent State, they are at Texas, they are at Indiana, and they are at Iowa. Not a ton of fun because Ohio State never does well at Iowa. That big time bothers me. They're also at Nebraska. Then they get Illinois, Maryland, Northwestern.
Nebraska is quietly, very quietly getting sneaky good again.
Yes, they are.
I mean, before Raiola got hurt, they were playing well.
They are very quietly bringing back that old Cornhusker name.
They get Illinois, Maryland, Michigan, Northwestern, and Oregon at home.
Well, they do got a bit of a chippy schedule next year.
And then they're at the Trojans. And like I said, at Nebraska, at Iowa, at Indiana, and at Texas.
Hey, the last time that Ohio State had to go play in Austin and Southern California didn't go well for either of those times.
Nope. It is looking a little ugly for next year.
I think that it potentially
That's a hell of a schedule. That is one hell of a schedule.
You could be a 3-loss team next year.
Oh, I was going to go 4 because I don't like being at Iowa. At Iowa is almost a.
That was one of the 3.
Oh, shoot.
I think you can beat USC.
Oregon, Iowa, Indiana, and Texas were the 4 losses I was looking at.
I had Texas, Indiana, and Iowa. With a possible 4th being Nebraska.
No, I was thinking Oregon would get the 4th one.
Ohio State traditionally does pretty well against Oregon.
Yeah, just the way it depends on when it's the date says TBA, so I mean it's not in their first 3 weeks that I see. On the schedule,
I think Texas is. I think they're going to Austin week 1.
Two.
Is it
their
2?
first? They get ball. They get the tune-up game on September 5th, and then they go to Texas the second week, and then they're back home. Then they're back home again for Kent State.
The last time they played Ball State, it was actually a really good game. And the last time they played Kent State was closer than it should have been.
Well, like I said, those are the first 3 games. Everything else says TBA.
All right.
And we know we've got the Wolverines coming to Columbus this year.
On the eve of the second round of the playoffs, who's your pick right now for the national championship on just the team? Who's your national champion on January 19th?
Wow.
Zolt's looking up something.
I am.
I gotta get. We're just asking who's going to win the national title, right?
Who's your national champion?
I gotta go with fucking Indiana. They're just so fucking good.
Remember that big argument we had about Indiana not being that good? Remember when I sat here and said that Indiana was going to beat Ohio State, and I got.
Well, hold on. No, the argument was about how those teams matched up offensively. Neither of those offenses played well in that title game.
No, they did not.
That was a defensive beatdown.
Yep.
And the argument started because I said that I could see Ohio State getting 2 losses over the next 3 weeks, one being to Michigan and one being to Indiana. And I got jumped because I said Indiana could beat Ohio State.
Well, when you play down to your competition, it happens.
Except
That's not the definition. That is not the definition of playing down to your competition.
No. Yeah,
it was. There was.
No.
It does.
It's okay to admit you got beat.
No.
Playing down to your competition is what happened last year against Michigan. That's playing down to your competition.
Yes.
Touche.
When a team that is literally ranked 1 and 2 and the 2 beats you, that's just the better team was the better team that day.
1B beat 1A. That's what happened.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so let me ask. Before I know we want everyone to answer that, but can I ask this question?
Sure.
What is everyone's thoughts on Ohio State, Miami? Do we think this can be is this a big
It
advantage of
depends
Ohio
which
State, or
Miami.
could this be a close game?
It depends on which Miami team shows up. That's been Jekyll and Hyde a lot with them. So it depends
I
on
don't
which
even think it's
Miami
what
team's gonna
Miami
show
team.
up.
I know Miami's defense is good. They just went on the road to beat A&M. I know A&M, not the best schedule, not the best team, but still go on the road and do what they did defensively. I could see them matching Ohio State a little bit defensively. I don't even want to say the whole Miami team. It really just comes down to what Carson Beck am I getting?
I'm going to offer a different observation.
Okay, go ahead.
George is partially correct. Yes, that Miami team had a bit of an identity crisis during the middle portion of the year, but what team doesn't?
Yeah, right.
I will say it's not which Miami team shows up, but how hungry is the Miami team that does show up? Because I would like to know how many of those alumni from that 2001 team that got beat by Ohio State have paid a phone call or a visit to Miami
Oh,
to explain
we're pulling out the referee flag on the last play.
No,
huh?
it's not even the flag. It is it's not the flag. It is the embarrassment of losing that game.
Oh, it was totally the ref calling that gave Ohio State the extra play.
It doesn't matter. It is that you were on the verge of winning a second national title, cementing yourself as another legacy, another notch in the belt for U of M, for the University of Miami. And now you get beat by an upstart Sunday school teacher from Youngstown. Yeah, listen, those Miami alumni have been known to show up and stress the importance of certain games. Michael Irvin admitted as such. Others have admitted as such. I wonder how many people from that 2001 team have paid a visit to the University of Miami to explain to them, hey, last time we played these guys in a major game, didn't go so well for us. We need to make sure it goes the right way this time.
The scarier part is both top teams could go down this week.
I told Sam I think Ole Miss beats Georgia.
Yeah, you said that earlier when you.
I'm talking about Bama bumping off Indiana.
I don't think Bama's going to bump off Indiana.
I could see it.
It's not Saban. If it were Saban there, I'd give you that. You give Saban any amount of time to plan for somebody, he's pretty damn good. DeBoers isn't Saban. He doesn't have that. I don't think he has that killer instinct Saban had.
I was going to say, because I could see both of them going down, and then it'd be Bama and Oregon and Ole Miss and Miami.
I think Texas Tech can beat Oregon.
Do you?
That front seven is freaking lethal.
I think you're going to get Ole Miss in Miami. But I think it's going to be Indiana and Texas Tech.
Okay. See, Oregon is kind of the wild card, I think, in the whole shooting match.
You want to talk about teams with identity crisis? That's Oregon. Oregon is like Anne Heche was in the 90s. She didn't know if she was in the closet or out of the closet. She wasn't sure.
We're definitely getting canceled after this week. Definitely get canceled.
Zolt, do you have a fill in the blank?
I do. Of course I do.
Please.
And it involves all 4 major sports.
I thought you were going to say it's all BYU Notre Dame trivia questions.
Oh,
I thought he was going to
thank
say it involved
awesome.
damnation.
I mean, that would be the segue of segues. But
I would go play the lottery. If that...
right.
Sam, I just sent you over a pic of the Niners are wearing the all black gear this weekend.
Back to my original question, though. January
yes.
19th, my national title,
Oh.
my national champion. I legitimately think it is going to be Miami.
Really?
Yep.
Ooh.
That's interesting.
No,
I think-
I'm gonna hate that because then all day for the rest of from January 20th till the season, I'm gonna have to listen to Notre Dame. That would have been us.
Oh my god.
No, and
it wouldn't have. No, it wouldn't have.
I think the national title game is Indiana and Miami.
Oh, that would be enjoyable.
I think it's going to be a good game.
But I don't think that's what Vegas wants.
I don't think the NCAA wants that. The NCAA wants Bama
Right.
and Ohio State,
Which I thought was weird. I saw something about that too, and I went, "Why?"
2 largest fan bases, carries the most TV ratings. That's why.
Yeah, I guess
He's not wrong.
Yeah, let's see. I guess. Yeah, I just thought that was kind of odd. Yeah, the unis are nice. I didn't think I'd like the black on that helmet. That looks pretty sharp. 10 most hopeless franchises. Jesus Christ.
Now, obviously, there's a little bit of opinion in here. A little bit. There are percentages and numbers in here attached to it. This is from Athlon Sports. Granted, this came out about 3 weeks ago, so your win percentage might be off by a 0.1. Who knows? But so percentage of games that they've won since 2020 and how many years they've gone without a title. This is for franchise. And obviously you've got some franchises in there that have never won the title in their respective sport.
I'm going to take a wild. I think the win percentage should be higher, but I'm going to take a wild guess and say that number 8 is the Guardians because the last title that they won was in 48.
Yeah, I was trying to do that math.
The Guardians are not on the list.
What?
Oh,
okay. Yeah. I was gonna say the same thing because I'm looking at that 78 and I'm going, okay.
Yeah, there are 2
then that
Major
would be
League Baseball,
Cleveland,
the
Browns,
2 MLB franchises on the list. The Guardians are not one of them.
The
Browns are definitely on the list.
Yeah.
Are my Pittsburgh Pirates on this list?
Hold, please. Hold.
Yes.
Man, they're spending. They're
I
making
was
some
going to
moves
say
though right now.
the Browns were either going to be 78 or 61. It is like I was trying to do the math. It's like,
are the San Diego Padres on this list?
The Padres are not on the list. No.
Their winning percentage is too high since 2020.
Well, the Guardians' winning percentage is fucking high too. That's why I was like, but it has been the last title that the Guardians won was in 1948.
Mike is asking for the Jets.
Oh, Mike's got it.
Mike, nice call, dude.
You can't even win a third of your games over 5 years.
Are the Raiders on this list?
They are.
Oh my God. Mike says the way his week has gone with the Steelers, because he's a big Steelers fan, he goes, it only makes sense that the Buckeyes lose again.
And I will say there is only one other NFL team on this list, or NFL franchise.
Are the LA Kings on this list?
No, they are not.
Are the Miami Marlins on this list?
No.
No, because they well actually 23.
I thought that the only one they could have possibly
Never
was
won.
10, but I was off.
Are the Toronto Maple Leafs on this list?
No, but here's the problem.
Damn it.
Here's the problem. They win a ton of games.
No,
They
Mike,
just don't win the
Giants-
important ones.
Are the Columbus Blue Jackets on this list?
No,
The
they've been around a long.
Columbus Blue Jackets are at 9.
Wow. When did they win the Stanley Cup?
No, he's marked it. They've never won.
Yeah, they've never won.
Okay.
Mike is saying the Giants, but the Giants have won the Super Bowl.
Giants are not on the list.
Yeah, they're not on there.
Are the Canadiens on this list?
Montreal? No, they are not.
Ooh, that's a good one, Bruce. I was gonna say, Bruiser, they've actually been better.
They win games. They haven't won a title. What about the Calgary Flames?
Well, remember, it's a win percentage since 2020, so in the past 5 years.
The Canadians have made the playoffs and done pretty good the past 5 years.
Right. So.
But they haven't won a title in a very long time.
Right, but their winning percentage is higher than.
That's why
I was gonna say this is combined. This is combined bad winning percentage, and you can't win nothing.
Okay.
How many more all right? How many more baseball teams are there?
Let's see. We got Pittsburgh. One. There's one.
Is it the
other.
Oakland A's?
It is not Oakland.
Fuck.
AL or NL?
Go on, Bruiser.
Oh, is it the Colorado Rockies?
It is, in fact, the Colorado Rockies.
Yes.
Okay, baseball is done.
Yes.
How many hockey teams are left?
Who do we get? We got the Blue Jackets. One. I'll even tell you it's number 4.
East or West?
Well,
East.
they've never won it, so.
Does East or George? Doesn't matter. East or West?
It's East.
East.
And they've never won the
Buffalo?
cup.
Oops.
That's right.
All
They've
right.
never won the cup. That's right.
Okay,
So we've got all
we
the
have-
NFL teams, all the baseball
Nope,
teams, and all the
you've-
hockey
No,
teams.
got-
there's one
You have
NFL
one
left.
more NFL at 8.
78?
AFC or NFC?
They are NFC.
Minnesota Vikings?
First,
It's been
The
that long
Detroit
since
Lions?
Is not the Lions.
No, the Lions.
Thank God the last 5 years our winning percentage is
I was
better
going to say
than that.
their
Is it the
winning percentage
Bears?
is better.
It's not the Bears. It's
No.
okay.
and I'm also
Bears
going to give
at
you it's
84.
not Green Bay, so let's eliminate the NFC.
Yeah,
North.
it's not the North.
Is it the Cardinals?
Oh my
It is
God! I was
the
Wow.
Arizona Cardinals. Okay, so you have 2, you have 6, and you have 10. All 3 of them NBA.
Ew. Sam, you're up.
Is one of these the Charlotte Hornets?
Let's see.
Flash Bobcats?
Yeah, right. And if we want to go to chat, Mike got one.
Oh, the Wizards. Interesting.
I was just thinking about them too.
Nice pick.
All right, so this last one has never won a title.
Never won a title in 23 years in the league.
So they're a newer team because they came in 2002.
Where'd Seattle? Where'd Seattle? Who was Seattle?
That's Oklahoma City. They just won last
they
year.
just won.
They just
All right.
won.
So that scratches them out.
Never won a title.
Memphis
else
was the 90s.
Well, the Memphis Grizzlies haven't won one.
Yeah, is it
So
Memphis?
it'd be Memphis.
It's not Memphis.
No shit.
No, but the Grizzlies have been in the league. They were Vancouver first. And
Oh
then they
shit,
moved,
you're right.
and then they moved to Memphis. So I said Memphis was the 90s. I'm trying to think of teams that were expansion teams
For basketball?
for basketball. It wasn't the Magic.
Who the hell was the Vancouver basketball team?
The Vancouver Grizzlies. They moved to Memphis and became the Memphis Grizzlies.
Mike says.
Is it? Wait, hold on.
Mike
Is
says
it the
the
frick?
Nets.
Go ahead, Sam. Go ahead.
Is it New Orleans? The Hornets / Pelicans?
The Pelicans. Ugh.
Huh.
At least Pittsburgh's top 10 at something.
Pittsburgh's made some moves this offseason.
I thought you were gonna say at least there's 6 teams more hopeless than the Pirates.
Spending half of your lunch money doesn't count as making moves, Sam.
Okay.
They increased their payroll from what, 64 million to 66 million? No, it does not count as making moves.
Because Mike and I have been going back and forth a little bit over the past couple of days talking about Tomlin. If the Steelers actually lose this game on Sunday, do they fire him?
I don't think they fire him. I think the Rooneys would allow him to leave gracefully. I don't think that Rooneys aren't going to fire him. I do agree with, I can't remember his name. He used to play for Pittsburgh. He's an analyst now. He was a defensive player.
Does they pick?
He was on SVP. God, I can't remember his name. If I saw the picture, I'd be like, that guy.
Well, Mike says Rooney's already said they're not firing him. Yeah, but we've heard ownership say they're not firing somebody, and then Black Monday, bam!
Yeah, but it's the Rooneys.
Yeah.
It's the Rooneys. If I trust anybody's word in football, it's that.
How about not the Rooneys? How about are the Jets actually going to fire Aaron Glenn?
It may be a possibility.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would say yes. I'm going to say yes. And it's unfortunate. The team just blows. There's just nothing to work with there.
But what Zolt getting at leads me back to what my point I was trying to make is that I think the Rooneys allow Tomlin to leave, but I think Tomlin isn't done coaching. I think he has a swan song and goes on a successful note somewhere else. I think he needs a change of scenery. I think for Tomlin to be successful again, he needs to go somewhere that is on the cusp of getting ready to win and needs somebody like a Mike Tomlin that can be that final push. I'm not saying the Jets are ready to win, but
So the Raiders,
the Packers, you know what I mean? Like places like that.
No. The hell's that crap?
I have heard Lamar could be gone either way.
I think Lamar's done, period.
Because number one, that contract has to be redone. He's going to cost them $74 million in salary cap next year.
Now he's saying Sunday Night Losers dismantling the team. If it's Pittsburgh, I mean, Aaron Rodgers, he had a good year.
He had a 1-year deal anyway, didn't he?
Yeah. It Aaron Rodgers will come down to if he still wants to play.
Yeah.
which he needs to go to his hole and then come out.
Yeah, he needs to go into his dark retreat, and he'll come back in 3 weeks and let you know.
What is he, like Superman? He's got to go to the Fortress of Solitude and recharge?
Yeah,
You're basically
done it
spot
the
on.
past 3 years. Yep. And he keeps everybody hanging.
I think that there are a number of free agent quarterbacks that could be available this year that Pittsburgh could go after and get their hands on and be successful with. I don't think you need to worry about re-signing Aaron Rodgers. I don't think that team is getting dismantled. I do think, though, that even if the Steelers win and make the playoffs, if they lose in the first round, I still think that this is Tomlin's last year in Pittsburgh.
Oh, Sam, we brought him up a little while ago. Mac Jones in Pittsburgh it's the similar system too.
That makes a lot of sense too.
Yeah, that does. That
And
really does. I mean, between Indy or Pittsburgh, that's not bad.
Yeah, and I'm still going to throw Minnesota in there too. Jones is like, he can give you that nice little multi-year 2 to 3 year guy. If you don't like what you see after the first year, maybe you draft someone to compete with him. But I don't hate that idea.
Mike says no. Will Howard will do just fine.
Will Howard could be a good NFL quarterback.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Well, he has had a whole year underneath Aaron Rodgers, so.
And again, like I said, I understand JJ McCarthy may be the exemption of this. Give me the guy that wins. Give me a guy that's won at the highest level in college football.
Okay.
I saw Will Howard make almost every throw you would ask an NFL quarterback to make at Ohio State. So, you put him in the right system, maybe it works.
Mike's definitely agreeing with you. He says Will Howard wins.
Yeah. Give me the guy that wins.
Result, if you haven't seen it, I'm popping this on screen. Those are the unis the boys are wearing Saturday night. All black. They're pulling out the all black unis. Those aren't bad. I mean, that's the old school Gold Rush fonts and everything. Those ain't too shabby. Those aren't too shabby at all. I ain't mad at it.
They're all right.
By the way, shout out Northwestern. Great offensive coordinator hire.
Jesus, are you kidding me?
Yeah, Mike, the all black for their, I didn't think that all black would look good with the 49ers stuff, but yeah, that's definitely looking pretty sharp.
Oh wait, you're right. The Northwestern, that was an okay one. I was thinking the guy Pat Fitzgerald hired as his OC.
Who did he hire?
It was a previous OC, the guy he had for his last 2 or 3 seasons at Northwestern.
Isn't Pat Fitzgerald in jail?
I hope not. Somebody just hired him.
Yeah, Michigan State.
I thought he did something wholly egregious that got him fired from Northwestern.
No, he got caught up in the they had a hazing scandal. And it was one of those, you're fired because either you knew about it and didn't do anything, or you didn't know about it and you should be fired for that.
Oh, he's a Spartan.
How's everybody's Christmas, by the way? You don't have a good one?
The child thoroughly enjoyed himself, so therefore it was a good Christmas.
Is he? He's what, 3 now? 4?
He is 4.5.
So we are full on. We know what's going on.
Oh yeah. And not quite to the point though, where he'll wake up and go downstairs on his own.
Okay, that's a good.
So
good.
so we still get the okay. Well, we're gonna walk you downstairs, and then you spot the tree and the presents, and
This was like I said in the chat. This was the first year that we did not leave out cookies or and I was like,
Yeah.
oh man. But I got sound waves, so that was pretty cool.
Bryce,
of course, we had one of our cats did not have a good Christmas, but that was a whole other issue.
I read her post that she put up yesterday.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm like, dude, you are, man, not good.
From now on, I think you just need to walk around to the cats, grab one, shake it. If it rattles, take it to the vet.
Yeah.
Preventative maintenance, my friend.
I will say he's getting used to the pillow that he has to wear. It's much better than the cone. He was not happy in the cone of shame.
Oh, we got the cone of shame?
Yeah. But now it's just a nice soft pillow. So it literally, when he lays down, it's like he just rests his head on the pillow that he's in.
Yeah,
So
it looks much more comfortable than a cone.
Yes.
Oh my God. I was like, boy, whoever thought of that, well played.
Right.
Hey, you could have been like my dogs. Those bastards broke out of their cones and hid them.
Oh, he works at it every now and again. Like yesterday, the day before, there was a different one other than the orange. It was an actual donut. It looked like a donut, and you just turn around, and next thing you know, it's just laying on the floor, and he's walking away. It's like, no, wait a minute.
When our little dog had his operation this past spring, before the roommates moved out to Ohio, this little bastard broke out of his cage one day when we were all out. Then we got home. We're like, well, you might as well go outside, use the bathroom now since you're out. That son of a bitch managed to get the cone off and hid it outside.
Wow.
He hid it under the deck. Luckily, he was around 2 days. He was about like a day away from clearance anyway. So I'm not going to find this shit.
Right.
Yeah, they are. There's some missions. They can get up into this shit, man. They're sneaky little bastards.
Well, boys, we got anything else to cover?
I was going to say,
I think we're good.
I think we're chilling. Die Hard's still not a Christmas movie, but I think we're good.
Not.
It is, and you lose. You lost the argument. You lost the war.
I didn't
Deal
lose
with
the argument.
You did.
Say goodnight, Gracie.
And they lost the war.
That takes care of the 4 minutes. Say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night.
Good night. I said say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night.
Good night.
So I said, well, flip a coin. And if it comes out heads, have your hair dyed.
And if it comes out tails, say goodnight, Gracie.